What's up, my people? You know what it is, Don, Tony Teflon, the lady LMR, and when LMR is in the building, you know what it is. What's the deal? You are now listening to the sexiest podcast in the world, the lady in the Don, LMR. How are you?
Every time, Tony, every time. I need to do more of this. Seriously. Every time I'm here,
You
my day
do.
is getting better. So,
You do
how
need
are
to
you,
do.
Tony? How are
I
you doing?
am not feeling the best, but I'm feeling better
Yeah.
than I was. So, I was not going to be on camera. LMR talked me into it.
You're welcome, everyone.
She
You're
talked me
welcome.
into it, so I'm here to be on camera for you right now and
Thank
everything
you, Tony.
and all that and everything. And what up to everybody out here, that is rocking with us and everything else. To say what up to the people who are here right now. All City is in the building. Just Me is in the building. Rory is still fantasizing over T. Diddy's appearance. Well, thank you for rocking with us, Rory. Appreciate it. The Man in Black is in the building. Sweetie is in the building. Julie B. Deep Dives is in the building. Renee is up in here. Sprinkle Kittle, is that Kittle? Yeah, Sprinkle Kitty. What is that? Is it Kitty?
Kitty. Yeah, I think
Okay, let's
Kitty.
go with Kitty.
Yeah.
Is in here. MJ Jones is in the building. Alvin Rogers is in the building. John Haymaker is up in here. Billatron. That's a good name, Billatron. I like that. Billatron is in the building rocking with us. Saggy Star is up in here. Jules is up in here. Jen Hack is in the building. Our girl Fatima is in the building. Jackie C is up in here. Did we say what just me again? Let's say what's up to her again. Sheree is up in here rocking with us. We said what up to my man John. Wild Iris is up in here. Got a bunch of people here. We have just watched the penultimate episode of this season, LMR. What would you rank this episode?
Oh boy. I would say I'll give it I wanted to give it a 10. I was expecting a 10. It was not a 10 for me. I would say I would give it a 9. 9. That's a 9. Yeah.
That's
What
it.
about you? I
No,
did not. How did you rate it, or did you change your rating
I
to a
would say
10?
it's probably about an 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the best episode of the season, but I think it's close to it. You know what I mean? It's right there. It gave us some interesting tidbits, and that's what I look for mostly in these things right now.
Yeah.
CD beats J. I'll never skip. Don't skip people. I'm just getting to the show. That's the only thing I'd skip you. Or I'd say what up to everybody. Yeah, I give it that. I give it that. I don't give it no more than that. We've had better episodes. We've had worse episodes, but it was good. It was a real good episode. Listen, we got some questions answered.
We did.
And I think that's what everybody has been asking for, is to answer some questions. But it's funny that when they start answering questions, people get mad about that. Saying they ain't answering enough. This, that, and other, and everything. So I thought it was a good episode. They answered some questions, and I hope that they answer some more going through. A lot of people don't like it. The Man in Black said it was trash. We got Steve saying it was horrible. Everyone has the right to their own opinion.
Yeah.
And that it's not gonna please everybody. Right? Ain't gonna please everybody. You can't please everybody and all that good stuff, right? So that's what it is. Let's break down the episode. What was your favorite scene of this episode?
I had actually a couple things in there. Not even as far as like the favorite, but interesting. Part, maybe not a scene, but the approach to the character, Jim. I'm thinking he's gonna die. Like the moment they're like, oh, I'm gonna be a father to you from now on. It's like he did. Like I'm just waiting for him to die. They're doing so. That was not a favorite scene, but kind of an interesting twist on that. So I'm like, alrighty. I wonder how they're gonna kill him. I really, because this is like when they're, oh, we love Jim, and then he's dead. So I think that's their move. That was interesting. The part about it was, of course, interesting to see Tabitha at the end doing the memories and all that. Is it her memories? Is it just she's seeing that? I was really, really excited about, not excited, but that was interesting. I kind of was not surprised. I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is how they did it. And they did it like that. But so that was interesting, and the whole what do you call it? How Victor went with that, the whole. I mean, it's more of a comedy, although it should not be. Where he's going through things, and I'm like, oh my god, he's got an axe.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting to see how people perceive him and as a threat. What
So
about
you think that Jim is dead because they did a lot of character building for him to get on the right track, and the fact that now you think he's on the right track, that basically they're going to take him out because of it.
I mean, that's normally what happens. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if they're gonna do with the what normally happens, but that's what I've seen so far. Where, oh, he's on a redemption and then he's dead. It's if they're gonna go like that, it's very predictable. If they're not gonna go like that, I wonder why now? Why did he find this right now? What is it like? Oh my god, my family almost died because of me, and like it was a huge shift, literally 180. It's odd.
100%. Do you think that the show would have the balls to kill a character off such as Jim?
That would be a shocker in general. I mean, I wanted him dead anyway. Not, I mean, he's a great actor. I love the actor to play that kind of part.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But as far as character, it would be now killing him before he turned good or better or redeemed himself would be okay, good, okay, good riddance. Now that they showed him, oh my god, there's a chance for him to be there for his family, and then boom, tragedy. I think if they want to pull at our heartstrings, they would do that. I don't know if they're ready to kill the puppies, like the
Mm-hmm.
cute things, nice things. I mean, they are obviously, but that would be a big death aside from possibly Fatima dying.
Yeah, he would be
Possibly
a
if she
main
dies.
character death.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had Fatima on the choppy block since the season started. That she would be the one to go. That she'd be but he'd be bigger than Fatima, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because he's with the royal family.
Yes.
But if you look at the people in the family, I think he's probably the only one who could get killed out of the family. I don't think they can sacrifice Tabitha after all she's been through.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan, I just don't think his time is up. Julie, well, they're just starting to crack her story, so why kill her off?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to it, it's really just if you're going to kill someone from that family, it would have to be Jim.
Yeah. That would be the big death, of course. Seeing Fatima dying, yes, I mean, we love her, even though she killed so much. We love her because if it wasn't her, it was whatever was inside her, or possessing her. Seeing her die, that would be a huge tragedy. I don't know if they're willing to do 2 deaths. Is it like bigger, two big deaths per season? I don't know if they can do at the end of the season, if they're willing to do that, because literally they would kill off 3 people, like 3 big people, I think, at this point, right? The first episode and then the last episode. I don't know. Maybe that's if they go like that. I wonder how the show would look like without him. The story without him. If this is him being gone, how the whole family, how everything will be without him there. Like in the beginning, Tian Chen, when she died, I think I was thinking before that would be Tabitha in that wheelbarrow. For some reason I was like, oh, it looks like maybe her shoe or something. But yeah, without Tabitha it would be all different now, with that not having her. Without Jim, I wonder how it would be different. If it's still,
I said so when I told people that foot was a small Asian foot.
Yeah, you did.
And it wasn't Kenny's foot, so I knew it was going to be her. But I did think the screaming inside was different. So I didn't think it was the same exact scene that was going on. So I thought the person inside was going to be Tian Chen, but I thought the screaming was going to be somebody different. I didn't think they're going to loop it all in everything and stuff.
Yeah.
And everything. But it's funny because when she came on the channel, she was like, "Oh, it wasn't my foot anyway. It was a fake foot. It was all for your first sex." I was like, "Well, they got that one right anyway." Because she was like, "Oh, how people are saying that the shoe don't fit." She's like, "Ah, that wasn't my foot." So it is what it is when it comes down to that situation,
She had a good answer.
Yeah, when it comes down to the people who are going to pass, I would put Jim, if they had the balls to kill someone like Jim. It would seem they're setting that up and they're being blatant about it, about all this redemption for him, and all of a sudden he's going to come around, and all of a sudden this, that, and the other, and that's how you break the heart of it, especially when you have him walk over to the to the RV, and he bring the son
Yeah.
inside the RV and the reminiscing in the RV.
Yeah.
It's like he's going through his past and everything else and all that. But to kill Jim, I mean, how they would kill him, I don't know how
Mm.
they would pull that off, or and if they would have the balls to actually kill a character like that. Then it would be a big thing for me to. I would big up the producers and the people that show to have balls, because then it make you think that not everybody is safe, right? It make you think that
Yeah.
anyone can get got at any particular
Mm-hmm.
time, even though we know certain people can't, but still would make you think that way, and everything else. So all right, so Jim could be on the choppy block. Let's deal a little bit with Fatima and her situation that we see
Yeah.
going on with her. How did you like what they showed with her? And with her, basically, let's go through this before we do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have turned this whole season into the baby of Fatima,
Mm-hmm.
basically. All right, the whole season. Do you like the fact that they did that with this season, or do you think they could have did this really quick and focused on some other things?
So I wonder again. It depends on what their plan is and what's going on with it anyway. What's going to happen and what their plan is for whatever comes out of her.
Mm-hmm.
If it's going to be something that has to be there for a longer time, maybe I'm hoping that there is a reason why they didn't just have that baby within the first couple episodes, since we see how quickly that pregnancy is developing after just chugging a pint of that hot or chocolate Hershey chocolate syrup. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that was disgusting. So I'm okay with it if it's I'm fine with it if it's gonna make sense later. But if it turns out that this is something looking at the perspective of, we are done with everything, and yeah, they could have done that better, that will be disappointing. But at that point, I'll be already done. The series will be done, and I'll just reflect on how, they could have done it better. Right now, I still have hope that there is a reason for it, that they are stretching it, that it has to progress, because as this is happening, we see what's happening to Elgin. We had to have the scene with, what's her name, oh gosh, the lady that was dancing in the rain. Oh my god, I'm
Oh,
completely drawing
Tilly.
blank. Tilly, yes, Tilly. So different people had to come into this before she got to, maybe they had to paint a story, even though Elgin didn't speak a lot, and there was a lot of dialogue out of the whatever we know. Maybe this had to happen like that, not to rush it, to give
Mm-hmm.
everybody some time to develop them. I don't know, they should have already been done developing people at this point, but I have some faith still. I have hope for
I
them.
hear you. And see, to me, even so, no matter how this goes with
Yeah.
Fatima, whether she dies during pregnancy or giving birth, or this kimono lady rips open her stomach and pulls the
Right.
baby out like it's an alien kid.
Mm.
Either way it goes, no matter what, to me, I still think that they spent too much time. I would rather spend more time on catching one of the monsters like Boyd's
Oh
talked
yeah.
about. Like, seems like we haven't even talked about anything like that. They've got off that. They ended the episode with that. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
catch one of these things. They
Yeah.
ended the whole episode with that. Had him go inside the bus and talk to
Mhm.
Randall. And I thought maybe he's gonna use the bus to catch one of them. Like,
Right.
they were gearing up towards it. And then all of a sudden, this whole baby sidetracked
Yeah.
everything, right? It took that whole storyline away.
Yeah.
I would have rather them done that, me personally. That's just me, not telling them that's me. I would have rather seen them try to catch one of these motherfuckers. Also, the new village up there, right? They put a lot of
Yep.
emphasis on the, especially in the posters and everything else, on these red rocks out there,
Mm-hmm.
and these totems out there, and something knocking on the walls at night out there, and all these things they have put up there, but yet they have not done anything to pay all that stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that could be pushed off to a different season, and that's why they haven't paid it off yet. But to me, if you ask me, I would have rather them focus that right in this season and not dealt with this. But I would have rather dealt with this Fatima baby and gotten it over with halfway through the season than transition to that. They could just, I would have just, it's boring to me, this whole situation with them and this baby. Like, this baby better be something special. I mean,
Yeah.
it better be something. I mean, it better have something. This baby better come out singing. It better kill everybody in the room. It better be like Melisandre's shadow baby when it comes out
Oh
of her.
my
It
God.
better just be a big
Yes.
puff of smoke with some claws that come out of it. It's like
That
never
was a scene.
yes, it's got to be like that.
Yeah, I still
If
have it
they're
like
going,
literally when you said that, the claws from the leg, between the
yep,
thighs, and I'm like, oh my god, that should be
that baby
that.
better come out like that and
Hmm.
better do something crazy like that and kill everybody. Like everybody, like they got it, like they got that hatch, and like
Oh,
the only way to stop that baby is to
oh
close
my
that hatch,
god,
throw Fatima down the hatch with the baby, and then lock it. It got to be something like that in order for it to impress me.
that
If
is so cool.
it's not anything like that, if it's just a little baby, and then they taking it away, and then all of a sudden they got the baby on the shoulder, and then they zoom in on the face, and the baby's eyes turn red, and they end it. That's not going to work.
No,
Like, that's not going to work for me.
because
Like,
I'm already expecting that. Meaning, like, as in, like the baby being like, ooh, something. Because the regular baby doesn't just, I mean, the babies have been known to literally break ribs from the inside. That stuff happens. They kick so hard, but what's happening to her, that does not look right. And then regular baby, may want you, I mean, may make woman seem like, homicidal because she's hungry, but she will not literally kill because she's pregnant, just because, oh,
mhm.
the baby made me do it. So this baby, there's something off about this baby. And it has to be epic. It has to be a huge payoff. And what you said about that hatch, that door, that, oh my god. I can just imagine. There must be a reason for that too, right? Why is it there? In the place that she's gonna give hopefully birth, or they're gonna help her give birth there.
Yeah, the
Hmm.
hatch just happens to be
Yeah,
in that
right
one
there.
spot where it seems like Elgin says, this is where it happens.
Hmm.
We see the bed there. We see someone, a body of a bearded man burnt up in the corner. Something has happened there before. So it just, to me, if this is what's going to be, and it's the birth of a child of some type of demon baby or something like that, to me, if they're going to do something like that, it's this baby better be effective. It better do something
Hmm.
crazy and all that. Let's go through this. Thank you for the super chat clones and the battle droids. And says, my theory is that they're in hell. When everyone first gets there, they all see crows flying over a fallen tree. Crows are sometimes depicted as messengers from hell. Also, some of the characters have sinned in some way. Also, I would think that everyone in there
Hmm.
has sinned in some way. So, what do you think, Eleanor? Do you think that they are in hell?
At first, I thought, aside from thinking that it's kind of an experiment, actually scientific experiment where they're observers, people on those, lab coats. So aside from that thought, my other thought was that that they all died, and then, but I heard after that, I heard that apparently that's kind of a thing with Lost, which I have not seen. I just heard about it after, and kind of like hints of it between, but hell, I don't know if hell is the thing. What would poor Ethan do to end up in hell at that point? Like, how many puppies did he kick or kill, or how many ants did he burn to end up in hell? I thought it's more of they are dead and or close to death, and they have to go and finish whatever it is that they wanted to do. Every family had something that they needed to complete, live through. Maybe this is not a hell, but like a going to the afterlife where you have to finish what you did here to be at peace to go wherever it is that you're going. So I wouldn't call it hell. I would call it,
Mhm.
finishing things up.
Yeah, I couldn't see it being hell, because if that was the case, then that would mean that everybody in here must
Yeah.
have died in some type of crash or something.
Mm.
And the fact that she made it out and she was still missing, if she had crashed, they would have found the car, they would have found
Hmm.
something, they would all been
Yeah,
dead.
that too.
So the fact she made it out, that was that. And plus Father Kotri, they addressed that in season 1, when she went into Father Kotri, and Father Kotri told her no, that they're not, and he had heard that many times
Yeah.
before. So for that reason, I would say no to me thinking that they're in hell or any type of purgatory situation like that.
Hmm.
Luna Cascade, thank you for the super chat, says the kimono lady seems to be looking more alive as Fatima declines. I have a feeling that it's actually the kimono lady that will be birthed. She'll be alive. I don't. So we're saying that I'm gonna try to. What you're trying to say is that the kimono lady is stealing the life force from Fatima and it's going to transfer into her. I think that's what you're saying. I'm going to go with that's what you're saying until you, unless you say something else. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. But I have heard a lot of people saying that they say the kimono lady has looked more alive. To me, she's looked
Hmm.
the same. Have you seen anything in there that
Um,
made you think that she looks more healthy?
she does not look more healthy. I would say she's more interactive with them, more hands on. Literally, aside from just, I mean, she was hands on with um Elgin, more like, but bathtub. But then after that, it was more of a just kind of like hanging around, walking around, not touching him, just like pointing. I think pointing, whatever she was doing. But she's more interactive now. She's still dry. Her skin still is kind of like she needs to. Yeah, she's very dry and wet
Yeah,
at the
she
same
definitely needs
time.
some
Very
cocoa
odd.
butter all over her
Yeah,
body. You
yeah,
know what I
and
mean?
yeah.
But Lauren says she agrees she's getting some. We'll see. It could be. It could be that her life force is going to be turned, sucked out of Fatima and
Yeah,
turned into her.
that makes sense
You know
too.
that would be better than that would be better if than giving birth to a baby
Hmm.
with some red eyes and some gargle eyes and it looking back, and then all of a sudden every season you see this baby and it starts all of a sudden biting someone and something's missing. And I don't see no dumb shit like that. That's the one thing to go there with that. You know what I mean? Hopefully they got something better planned than that. But I don't want to see no stupid things like that.
Yeah.
Again, I never liked the whole baby storyline from beginning to end. I'm just happy that hopefully this ends it and they can move past it and
Hmm.
everything else. I don't like that. All right, Elgin, what do you think, Elgin? This is he just being played for a
Oh,
fool, or do you think that there is some type of
so
this that he could be right?
as far as him being right, everything that the Fromville and characters there, I don't see anything positive that came. Maybe I'm missing stuff, but I'm sure I am. But I don't see anything positive that in long term positive that came about from getting directions from anybody from there, like the monsters or the voices. So as far as um you mean like Elgin, like his as far as how he is with
Yes, yes,
what he does?
Elgin.
Yeah. So it's very odd that didn't he say about religion that like his grandma will see like would say some stuff about angels or stuff like that. So he's religious, and I wonder if their town or the Fromville is playing into his faith
Mm-hmm.
and believing, because I guess those who are religious or who have faith, they have faith for a reason. They can believe without seeing. So he is more, I don't want to say, I don't, it's not like gullible, but they already know that he is a believer in something. There are people who are not believers, who will not believe anything. They have to see it. So maybe they're not being attacked like that. He is being given those thoughts, and he is completely believing that he is like, this is like the best thing. You're fine. You're not, you're not a prisoner here. You're going to be great. You may die, but we're going to be great. Everything is going to be great. He's completely brainwashed. Whatever this kimono lady is telling him off camera, she's a great salesperson. I mean,
Yeah,
wow.
or she
She
gave up
sold him.
something. She gave up something to him, or something
Yeah,
happened to him.
something happened.
Something that made him go. PM
Yeah.
for like this. Tony Teflon, can you talk about the fourth dimensional beings or aliens? Could they be in play? Of course. So the fourth dimensional beings, if it's a situation like that, which I do believe we are dealing with some type of other dimension, dealing with the fourth dimension, we see in 3 dimensions. That means we see straight ahead, we see down, we see side to side, we see up and down, straight ahead and backwards, right? That we see in 3D
Mhm.
dimensions, we can see cubes and everything else. We cannot see in the fourth dimension. So people always say, what is the fourth dimension? If someone was in the fourth dimension, we had a being that was inside of the fourth dimension, then they would be able to see us and we would not be able to see them. In fact, they would be able to interact with us. The fourth dimensional being could see directly through you, inside of your body, see inside of your internal organs, directly reach inside of your skin without cracking it open and grab your heart and pull it out. And
Mhm.
you would not see that happen. You would just feel the after effects of it happening as it is pulled out. We have seen this happen already. If you want to say the fourth dimensional being, people did that already with the lady whose ribs cracked open inside of the house. And we see in the aftermath, we have seen a house collapse by itself without anything making it collapse. We have seen beings bang on the bottom of the RV when it's just the ground in between the floor and the RV, which they would not be able to do. A fourth dimensional being would be able to affect all those things that we have seen. A fourth dimensional being will also be able to hear and see everything that goes on outside and inside of the third dimension, while you would still remain oblivious. So yes, I do believe the fourth dimension is in play. I do believe it is aliens. Now I have told you that I believe that there's a higher din that is controlling all that. And I know people say, Tongue Tiffler, you said it's aliens. Well, the din would be an alien. It's not going to be from this planet. Anything that's extraterrestrial is considered an alien, which means it's not from this planet. That's all it has to be. God is an alien. Thor is an alien. Any god would be an alien. All these things would be aliens. As long as you are not from the planet, you would be considered an alien. So therefore, it would be considered an alien. So I do believe that there's the fourth dimension that they could be playing with is the dream dimension, which some people have speculated that the fourth dimension could be dream dimension, or the fourth dimension is actually time itself, right? So scientists, you have to go back and look at what a lot of different scientists say about that situation. But I do believe in the end that when it's all said and done, that it will have something to do with that, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah,
So
that those are great examples. Those are great examples, and there's more to that as outside of it, the whole science of it. And like you said, this great thing about I think that was mentioned before too when you mentioned it. Looking at the entire map, I mean, they're coming from everywhere. It's not a spot. It is outside of any place. It's not they're the lines converge. They don't converge in one place. All the lines from everywhere converge into that place, wherever that is. And it's not on any of the spots. It's out there somewhere. It's not outside of where they are. It's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It's not a spot on something that we can see and go to right now.
Exactly. Saggy Star, thank you for the gifting of the 5 Teflon TV memberships. We truly appreciate that. And I'm sorry. Solani says they trolling Elgin because he's the slow kid on the block. I don't know if they trolling Elgin. You know what I mean? Someone asked in the question too, I see and everything, do you think Elgin's gonna die? You think Elgin survives this?
I see him willing to die for this if he has to do something, if his belief, so he would be willing to die. He kidnapped a woman or a person, a pregnant person, or a pregnant woman, is gonna make her go through hell. So he's willing to do all that. So he's willing to die. As far as him being killed, I see how others would. He's extra like the way he's acting in front of Ellis is like, you're extra. You're extra to like. What are you so happy? Like, what do you know that I don't know? And at that point, if I were her husband, if I were his shoes, I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to get it out of you. Apparently, you know something. And if you don't know anything, I'll still will try to get something out of you because I'm desperate at that point. So I think people who love Fatima are actually willing to go to any lengths to get her. And he's suspicious. He's acting suspicious. He's way too happy.
But is he gonna die?
Yeah, I'm thinking he could die. He could die. He could be the.
You can't be. You gotta give me something here. No fence riding here.
No offense. I'm thinking he. I can see him dying for whatever it is. Now, he may not even know that he's gonna die, but I think he may be like the person who may die.
Yeah, I think he's gonna die too. Thank you, Sal 3P says love the podcast. We truly appreciate it. Now, someone in the comment section someone said, "Oh, God being an alien is funny." I don't understand how that would be funny. Like that's not what we think. God's a human being. Is that what you believe, that God, if there is a God, if you believe in, I'm not trying to do anything on anyone's religion, but you believe the gods are human beings? Whether you want to talk about Thor or anyone like that, they're all aliens. They're any God, anyone who's not from. Look up the meaning of extraterrestrial. and it will tell you anyone who's not from this planet is an alien. That is what an extraterrestrial is. So
And
it's
usually when
really,
they end
it's
up
really cut and
here,
dry. It's really
yeah,
not
yeah.
debated. It's not a debate here. If you're not here from this planet, you're an extraterrestrial. If we went to another planet,
Mm-hmm.
we would be
Yeah, yeah.
extraterrestrial to them, right? It's really this that simple, man. It's not hard. It's not
Yeah.
hard. God is not an earthly being, therefore he is in fact an extraterrestrial. You are correct, step back, Merton. It's really that simple. I don't know how people can't get that. It's so quick. All right. No need to talk about that. I don't want anyone to start getting crazy, and I'm not trying to say anything about religion right now. This is a recognition of our wonderful co-host LMR,
No,
always offering
it's so
insightful and
sweet.
interesting perspectives on the half of the Teflon Familia.
No, thank you
$10.
so much. That is so sweet.
And she
Thank you,
does.
Luna.
And she does. And that's why we love having her and everything else. That does having it and everything else. So I'm not going to argue all that stuff. That you want to argue with me. In fact, I'll give you a chance to call up and you can argue with me on the phone if you want to do anything else like that. All right, we have talked that. All right, they do the whole search party for Fatima this episode. How did that play out for you? The whole thing, the speech, the rallying speech of Boyd and everything else.
Um, he did the best he could with the crowd he had. I think he did well. It's just the crowd. I wondered how people who were just kind of like, oh my god, we're gonna have to go out there and we're gonna have to look for her. I barely know her. I just got here. Who is she? Like, I just want to survive, right? He was doing the best he could with the crowd that was there. Um, the it's kind of tricky though, because he should know better than make this war in the open. They can hear him, and they're gonna like, "Oh, you're gonna fight against us? This is apparently war right now." So the what do you call it? The entities or whatever they are that can hear him, they know. I wonder if they can hear the thoughts or only see actions and hear words, or if he actually kept it to himself. But again, how can he make people do things just by without giving direction to them? So he had to do this, but now he's going to have to be ready to maybe even suffer the consequences of that rebellion at that point. I was expecting more of, okay, let's go. It's like, alrighty, so we're going here, do we go there? It was kind of a slow movement
It
of the
wasn't like
people
these
there.
people over here like they were a great search party or anything or everything. But I guess
Yeah.
they did what they had to do. They rallied, and I said earlier that maybe it would get to the point where by killing Mrs. Liu, that the people would say, you know what, fuck it. They killed Mrs. Liu. They went too far, but maybe this is what actually did it. They thinking that these people took Fatima will get these people like, you know what, we need to fight back. We just can't sit around here surviving and having sex and smoking weed and just living our life. We really got to get away to get the hell out of here. Even
Yeah.
though the rent is free, the electricity is free,
Right.
the water bill, there ain't no water bill or anything like that. Even though we have all these things, it gets to a point where, we got to step up and start doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they were going to do that when Boyd, because that's the way Boyd seemed to feel when he turned around and told Ellis, you're going to help me catch one of these things.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
that desire, that drive to do that went away so fast and everything else, you know what I mean? Which makes me think that I just wish they went back to that. I like that boy more than anything else. So my man Reels up in the building. I see him up in here. Just came in here and rocking with us and stuff. Appreciate you, brother. I just wish they did things that way. I wish it could have been something else more than what they have shown than what's going on right now. I would have rather them done that. But we are where we are. We are here right now. Let's go to the Tabitha reveal. We see a touch Victor first, and then Victor gets a little chilly in the body. But then all of a sudden, Victor somehow is inside of the root cellar. No one hears him in there. He's just in there. Was the door open? Yeah, the door had to be open when they got there, right? Or did they open it when they got there?
You mean Tabitha? It was
Tabitha.
open. Yeah,
It was
when they approached, it was open, and then he was already there
he was inside there.
inside.
And when she does
Yeah.
the hug, she sees the flashback after the
Yes.
hug of herself in one of the other bodies. Some people say she's Eloise. Some people say it's not just Eloise. Some people say that she's Miranda, but she gets a flashback, and then she runs out, and then we see the actual death of Miranda take place. What do you
Yeah.
think is going on there?
Well, I did not know that they could run. Is it because of, they don't age outside, but their knees are aging and they cannot run or something after? Like currently, they don't run, but they used to run. That was
Mm-hmm.
a shocker. I thought that she will jump into the tree. 'Cause she was literally right there, step
Was
and a
that the right
half,
tree though? Because I
jump,
was looking at the
get
tree
in
to
there.
see if there was a hole in there.
Was
And
there
I
not?
didn't see a hole in
Hmm.
the tree. I don't know if she made it to the right bottle tree. But
I did not see
Victor
that.
said he found her by this bottle tree, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming that it was. But in that scene, when I watched it, I don't know if I seen a hole in that bottle tree.
I thought I did. Maybe the chat can let us know. Maybe somebody can look at that. But I'm pretty sure I saw. Oh, you say I didn't see a hole. Hmm, that was interesting because I thought she's like right there, literally step and a half. You jump and
Mm-hmm,
you hide. But again, she probably thought, okay, I need to get to the battle tree, and then what? Like we know that you go in there and you go out somewhere else. She was like, okay, I'm here. I guess I'm gonna run that way, not into the tree where he can literally catch me because there were no other directions, right? You
mm-hmm,
unless there were directions from um my goodness, from Victor saying you go in there and you get out somewhere else. She
mm-hmm.
would not probably know to go inside. But that the fact that they run, that's interesting. But that's maybe that's how the whole town was killed back then. Maybe they did run and they stopped running, like they stopped screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's something maybe we're gonna get more answers on.
Yeah,
I hope.
there's something up there that they did that they that happened in that massacre that they're not showing. I don't
Yeah.
think that was a killing of the by the monsters of that whole town. I think something else
Um,
got them. I think they're gonna save that till later because that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me the way all the people were out there and everything else like that.
hmm.
Uh, and everything else there. So I have no idea how that massacre happened, but I do think they have to eventually show that massacre for what it was and everything else. And hopefully they do show that massacre for what it is and everything. On top of that, we were talking about the one thing about that Smiley monster is his hair didn't change. Every one of those monsters get bald headed when they change, but he still had his
Hmm.
red hair.
I
His
did
red
not
hair.
notice that. Yeah, maybe his face, but I
His
think the
face
entire head
changes.
changes, right?
Yeah, usually their whole head turns
Yeah.
bald, but his head was
Yes.
not bald at all. His head was the same, and he had the same red hair. Which
Hmm.
I don't know if he's a special monster or anything else like that, or
Maybe
that's
they wanted to show him to us again, like, hey, there
oh
he
yeah,
is.
they just wanted you to know it was a smile monster,
Yeah.
maybe because
And
he's the
then, yeah.
the most famous monster. I guess
Hmm.
he is the most famous monster of them. All right, we can't
I
really
think
name.
so. Aside from the lady that went through the window and
Yeah, Jasmine.
yeah.
The Jasmine monster. Yeah, I guess he would be the. I mean, listen, it was good to see him again. It was
Mhm.
good to see him one more time and stuff. I'm glad, the guy's a really good guy. So I'm glad he got another
Yeah.
chance to shine, and it was actually him that killed Miranda. So the flashbacks she's seeing, is this a reincarnation flashbacks or is this just the memories? What do you think's going on?
Uh, well, I would think that memories of after reincarnating to this body. So I'm thinking that was her, and she is just having memories from when she was living the previous life. I don't think these are just flash. Like I don't think these are just given to her because somebody needs to get them. I think she is remembering it. I don't know why right now. what it is that happened, that this is happening to her now.
Mhm.
Why, like there are a lot of whys on hows and the whole thing, the pregnancy, why Fatima, how Fatima got pregnant, why Tabitha is getting this, and how is she getting this, what did she do different that now she's getting this, why not before, why now.
Yeah, I would say the horror on her face after she got killed was like she relived herself getting killed.
Yeah.
It did not seem like she was standing there watching someone get killed. It felt like she felt it, like she felt herself dying again. You know what I mean? Who is this Sal Pete saying? Okay, listen, man, you about to get it, the box, and I ain't talking about the good time. Sal 3 Pete, don't be putting that in the atmosphere, man. I gotta stop putting that stuff in the atmosphere, man. You know, you're trying to mess with me for, man. All right,
At
you
least
know,
not on next episode, Tony. And maybe, like we don't. The problem is we
I
don't
need
know what's
Kenny to
gonna happen
get
off
killed now. I
season.
need Kenny dead. Kenny's gotta go quick.
Toss
I
him
need
in a
Kenny to
cellar.
get. I need Kenny out of here. Kenny's gotta go. Kenny gotta get got. I mean, this has gotta
Oh,
happen. They gotta take Kenny out here. Kenny's gotta go. He's gotta get up out of here. Thank you for the super chat from Seven Be Life. Maybe the monsters are weakening and slow now. They can be killed. Perhaps a cycle is coming to an end, and they'll probably go back into the cave to slump. It could be a
mm,
It could be a situation like that going on, where they were stronger, or maybe it was to the point where the game wasn't fun when they were chasing people around, or
yeah.
maybe the writers just said, you know what, we if we have him walk, there's no way to kill us. The only way we can do it is to have him run at this time, or she gonna get away. So we
Mm.
had to have them run just for that one scene to get to her.
They
Like,
could have done it from behind a tree. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like if he was hiding, I mean, that could have been a big tree. She's like right there. Okay, what do I do? She turns around and similar. Hopefully not too similar to what happened to Father Katri, where he turned around and bam. So they could have, unless there is a reason for them running. If there's not, that's bad. That's bad if there's no
let's
reason for
see
that.
right from Kimberly says, thank you, Kimberly Foster, for the chat. I don't know if I've seen you in there before, Kimberly. It says, it's not reincarnation. If she was Miranda, she would have seen it from Miranda's perspective. She was watching the event. She's being fed memories. She's touched Victor before without incidents. All things you say here are correct, except for the part that it's not reincarnation. It 100% has to be. I made a video about this a long time ago. Go back, check months ago. You'll see it in there. If this was going to be the case, number one, when you look at everything I put in that video, just put it out there. You can see it's all in the video. When Victor hands her the crayon, she said, "I've seen this before." She remembered the crayon. Victor tells Ethan straight up, I like your mother. She reminds me of my mother." She said that point before. I can go through them all. I put like 5 of them in that video of things that she has said before that would all tie back to her being Miranda and everything. When you look at her making the thing on the wrist, how does she know how to make it? She made it because she's made it before. That's the only reason why she would know how to make it. She just know that the song that she likes is the exact same song that Miranda likes. It's their same favorite music. All the things, if you add them up, does look like this is what it's going to be. If it's not, then something else is going. Now, as for her seeing it from a different perspective, you would think it would be a first person thing. 100%. I just don't think that plays on television well, right?
Exactly.
If they did that,
Yeah.
like if they did the first person's
The
perspective, like a
hands
video game,
running.
and just
It
seeing her
was
hands
not.
running and everything else and all that, then Smile jumps out. I just don't think that would play well on television. That's why they didn't do it that way. But everything you say
Yeah.
is good, and you could be correct, and I could be wrong here. I think I'm right. We'll see in the end, but I think that from everything they have set up, this is what it's going to be in the end, and they've set this up from the beginning of this is the way it's going to be. I think that that's who it is. I've said it before that you can see the reincarnated characters. We look at the whole family and everything else. Everyone seems to have a new version of themselves. and stuff. So I just think that that's the way they want to go for in the show. Is it good or anything else like that? Maybe, maybe not. But I think that's where we're going, and we just have to deal with what they're doing and take it from there, and everything else. Everyone's asking if you have a YouTube page, Elma. She did have a
I
YouTube page.
do, but it's kind of dormant right now. I switched to from reviewing things to poetry on it, and then I kind of stopped because I'm in the middle of writing things outside of it, so I haven't done anything. I'll do it later when I'm ready to do stuff with writing, but not currently. But thank you for asking.
Yeah, Elmar has written a book of her own. It's called
Yes, I have.
Titans. I have it. I have it right here, but I have it. She's written a book. It's a very good book. You should go check that out. Are you still selling it or what?
I kind of left it's on Amazon. I'm not doing anything because I'm in the middle of writing the second one, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna kind of do the revamp both after I'm done with this one. But yeah, but
And
thank you for
Elmar,
asking.
she has a couple of videos. I'm on a couple of videos. I'm on
Yes,
the
you are. I did a
I'm
review.
on
I
two
did a
videos.
interview with you
Yeah,
too.
we did an interview. She
Yeah.
interviewed me, and I'm on there. And she did a touching video of someone who passed away that went to the cons with us, someone's
Yes.
husband, and she did a really good tribute to that person. And I'm in that video too. In
Yeah.
there, I didn't even know you had that footage of me in there.
Oh, really,
And,
Tony?
and Elamar also
What?
was on
What
the
was
Ride the Dragon
it?
Mechanical Bowl Challenge.
Oh
We
my
had,
God,
we had
Tony,
we
my
had
thumb. Which one
we
was
had
it?
a Ride the Dragon. So we had a mechanical bull at the
Yeah.
convention, and me and Tarzan we set this whole thing up, and it was a mechanical bull, and we had a whole bunch of people enter. We had trophies and everything, and Elamar
Yeah.
got on there, the
Oh,
mechanical
yes, I did.
bull,
Yes, I did.
and she rode the mechanical bull. Fucked the finger up on it though.
Yeah,
But
I broke my finger. I had to have it in the bar. I had to have it. I didn't know I broke it, but
yeah,
I did. Apparently, it was all kinds of stuff, and it was hurting. But I was having so much fun. I didn't feel it. Just to numb the pain, I actually dipped it in a cup to put it on ice. So that
mhm.
was kind of an adventure. But I am happy that it happened. It's an amazing time. Worth it.
Oh
Worth
yeah,
it.
yeah. It was a great and by the way, Elmo, who won that mechanical bull riding contest? Who was the winner of that?
Tony, I think I it's one of us here, and it's not me because I broke a thumb. So you're the one who won.
You
You
got
didn't
damn
break
right
it.
I
You
won that.
broke that bowl. You did not break the
You got
thumb.
damn right I won that damn contest. I
Yes.
won that. I talked all that shit and I won that thing. Phil was on it too.
Oh.
Phil was on it. And the people y'all would know Phil,
Oh.
I have I'm sorry. We have footage of all this. I have the footage
Yes.
of all of it. Elmar
Yes,
has
you
told
do.
me not to play. She said, I'm not
Yeah,
allowed to play
Tony. No.
anyone her riding the
No.
boat. I do have the
No.
footage, though. Phil
Yes,
has
you
the
do.
footage. So I had to respect I cannot play that, but I will play my winning ride of the boat. We will do that. We will definitely have that. Maybe since we're doing this con in Nashville, we will have another ride the bull contest. We'll set one of those up and everything else.
Tony, I only have two thumbs. I already broke one. I don't
You
know.
you, you
I'll
could just be you could just referee.
I can set that one out. I
Yeah.
already did it, so yeah, I'll be at the bar
Mhm. You could
watching.
you could do that and everything else. And that was so funny. It was so
Oh, it was. Oh my god.
oh, it was so much fun. It
Yeah.
was so much because people will get their ass busted or that because everyone was drunk when we got there.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about
Oh
friendly.
yeah.
So everyone was drunk. Oh, because we were it's late at night at the con. And I
Yes.
just remember this one. I was scared to go. I really was. I kept seeing people getting their ass kicked on it. And this one like tall, statuesque blonde. She's like a supermodel. She's probably like 6 foot tall,
Yeah.
skinny and everything. And she gets up there, she's drunk, and she puts her hand on the bull, and she's like, yeah, doing all this right here. And when
Yes.
she did that, the operator
Yes.
started, and she went face first and smacked her whole face. Bah!
Exactly.
And then just flipped off. I thought she broke
Oh
her
my
nose.
god.
I
I think
really
she
thought
was
she broke her
okay,
nose.
but it looked painful, really bad. Meaning like
Oh,
very painful.
it was terrible. It was boom, and I was like, holy shit, like
Hmm.
that. Like,
We all had to sign waivers, so
yeah.
it's not like they do that. It's there, so their waivers were signed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it
whew.
was I'll show the footage one day.
Yeah,
We're gonna show the footage.
yeah.
We'll put the footage on there for
Fun
everybody.
times, fun times.
All right, we definitely. I
Uh,
think we have gone through just about the whole recap of this episode. People are saying that down the ride. All right, we'll set it up. Well, we can make an event for that and everything else, and all that. Tony, at Tony, the man in black has an important question. Well, let me find this question from the man in black. Then, if it's if I all right, can you ask it again, man in black? We'll wait for you to ask this question before I take it. So please ask the question again, since my moderator told me it was important. We must get to this question of yours before we get into the
mhm.
trailer and everything else.
And I think there was
Oh,
one more thing. Did we talk about Henry? Was it Henry? No. When Henry came over and Jade was doing his thing. Was that this episode?
Yeah. That's Henry and Jade were talking about fatherhood, I guess, and
Yeah,
parenthood
yeah.
and all that. Like it was like the Jade stuff was good, but it wasn't special. Like that wasn't a big
Mm-hmm.
moment of the episode to me and everything else. Is this the question right here? Do you think Smiley ran because Miranda was about to end the game? Was the question. All right. Yeah.
Hmm.
So do you think that Miranda, because if she would have gotten to the
Uh,
tree, the game would have been over? Do you think that's a
that's
reason
a
why?
cheat. That would be a cheat. So I wonder if that's the case. If he did that, if he cheated, maybe there has to be like if one side cheats, the other has a chance at something. Because that would be cheating. If they didn't run, if he ran, just oh my god, she's gonna win, that's cheating, and there should be a consequence.
Yeah, I think it was because I think they had to make a way for her to get stopped, so they had him run at that particular time just to stop her from getting
Mhm.
there. Because you seen that she was looking around, she was hiding
Yes.
behind a tree, and then she ran out. And then the way they made it looked like an old like Frankenstein movie of the woman in black and white
Yes.
looking around like,
Like,
oh,
oh
look,
no.
it looked like one of those old 70 movies, like,
At
oh,
least she didn't trip,
oh.
right? Or did
Yeah.
she?
Did she
Did
trip?
she
You
trip?
might as well.
I hope not, because
All they would need
everybody
is a
trips. It's
a
ridiculous.
lightning flash
Right.
in the background. And that's exactly what would have happened there and everything. But I think that's why they did it, just because they had to have a
Mm.
way to prevent her from getting inside the tree. So they had him jump there. But
Mm.
even where Victor found the body wasn't where she was killed. She was killed away from the tree. She wasn't right next to the tree. It seemed like he
Mm.
jumped on her away from the tree. So he found her body right there. The guy would have to drag her body over there
Mm.
to see that. That being said, we're going to open the phone lines in a second, but let's take a look at the trailer
All right.
for the ending episode.
Once the baby is born, we all get to go home.
You need to decide right now who you are.
This place, it doesn't give. It takes.
Are you okay?
No, I don't think any of us are gonna be.
You said that you weren't going to let this place break you. This place is one.
All right. So what do
I'm
you think?
excited.
It does
I mean,
look good.
If they
It's the
fill it
music.
in, if they fill
It's
it in
the
with
music.
actual stuff, it's gonna be exciting. Because these look exciting. Whatever they were showing, like I want to see what happens between. Just move the camera, make it longer. I am excited for it. It looks good.
I think it does too. Let's look at it again one more time. Let's go.
Once the baby is born, we all get to go home.
You need to decide right now who you are.
This place, it doesn't give. It takes.
Are you okay?
No, I don't think any of us are gonna be.
You said that you weren't going to let this place break you. This place is one.
So the last thing that Father Khatri says there was that you said that you weren't going to let this place break you. And then he says, this place is one.
Hmm.
So that means Boyd had to be broke, right? He goes, you said you weren't going to let this place break you.
Yeah.
This place is one. Unless they're chopping it
Yes,
You
and
know,
they
they're
didn't
chopping
know.
with it because they could do little things like
Yeah.
that and everything else. You know what I mean? Unless they're doing something like that. But if not, then they're saying that Boyd is broke, that he has
Yeah.
been broken, and the place won and broke him somehow.
So breaking him, I'm thinking the first thought that comes to mind is, okay, he's like breaking down, like, oh my god, like I can't do it anymore. However, it can be a different side of being broken, meaning they broke who he was, and now he is acting outside of, like, out of character, like
Mhm.
outside of what he would do. They broke him to be something different,
Then what do you know?
because they are flipping. A lot of characters are kind of almost complete opposites of what they were.
Mhm.
So it is breaking them, all of them almost,
Yeah, if you
probably.
change someone from who they are, like Fatima, she
Mm-hmm.
was a loving, sweet person, but we seen her put the middle fingers up to the monsters and all that, and that was out of character
Yeah.
that we've seen the person. So if I guess if you do change your character, it would break you from being the person you are. But it also could mean that Ellis died, that Ellis got,
That's
and somehow that
mm-hmm.
broke him and made him go crazy. Because
Mm-hmm.
what if something like, let me just make something up that could happen. Let's see. What if they because it seems like right off the bat they bagged up Elgin. They're confronting him.
It looks like it, yeah.
Elgin gives up the information. They go down there, but when Ellis gets down there, something happens to him and he dies. Would Boyd be so mad at Elgin that he goes and just shoots Elgin in the head on the spot? Like Elgin runs down there with them. They go down there. Ellis gets killed, and then Boyd just looks at his son and sees Elgin there, and just bam, just blows his head right off, for causing this whole situation.
As far as using a weapon like that, I think that would be too quick of death. Like I would imagine there would be more gruesome death because he already killed his wife like that. Um, I I don't know if that would be him being just shooting him like bam and he's dead versus um like you said, doing something to, like, maybe for monsters to kill him, or like more of a gruesome death versus, okay, bam and you're gone. That's a very quick death unless you miss. uh,
Mhm.
so but I see that where Boyd could actually kill, not to protect but kill as revenge or as just lashing out in anger.
All right.
That would be out of the regular thing, like protecting, killing to protect. That's a different story. But killing because after death, there's nothing you're protecting. You're just acting on your emotions at that point. And killing, it will not bring somebody from being dead. And again, I'm not saying being there in Fromville. Yeah, I mean all kinds of stuff. You do all kinds of stuff for love.
100%. Luna says, "What if Ellis killed Elgin? Wouldn't that break Boyd? He knows that would change Ellis for the worse." I think that would break him. I think that would. I think Boyd would have to take that body, because if he did that, then people would really not look at him the same. And it seems that that's what the monster's been after this whole time. That they're really trying to. They're really trying to, make them not believe in Boyd because they'll be easy pickings. And it seems that they've been trying to do that from the beginning, make him do some rash stuff and everything else, and kill Kenny's mother. Now Kenny want to go down there and start burning people and everything else. I agree with it. I would have did it,
Yeah.
but that could be a rash situation and everything else going down there. All right,
And Alex is already very what do you call it, aggressive, even to Sarah. He was like ready to like what is he gonna do? What kind of physical interaction would that be at that moment?
All right,
So
you keep talking,
yeah.
and I'm going to try to set this phone line up a different
Sure.
way. That my man Real offered a suggestion, so I'm going to see if I can do it this way.
All right.
And see if it works while you do that. That way you can hear the thing too.
Awesome.
If not,
Yes.
then
Yeah.
I'll just
So
go away.
okay. No, that's great. That's great. It's gonna be nice to have that set up too. And if we can interact like that, that would be great. And so speaking of that whole interaction, when it comes to Alice killing Elgin, and I
Mhm.
wonder if what was meant is like he kills him to get information out of him, because I don't remember what happened after that whole scene at the river or lake. Was it the lake? I think the little lake where Elgin's like, oh, it's good, it's all good. I forgot how, like, where are they? Where is Elgin and Ellis at the end of that? I wonder if Ellis is actually suspect, because he looked at him like, wait a minute,
Wait,
like
stop. Wait,
you're Mhm.
wait a minute. I can't do it this way.
Okay,
This is a
not working. Okay. So go ahead, Tony. Like, if you're setting it up, let me know if it's so it's when it's good. So I do wonder if Ellis literally is suspecting something, but he's playing cool. He's not like, oh my god, because that would be a very dumb thing to do. You're in by yourself with Elgin, and he's like a foot taller than Ellis from the way the camera looked. Like, he's taller, his shoulders are bigger. He would literally overpower him from the way it looks like, the way it looks. So it's not it would not be a smart thing to just, oh, you know what? I think you have something to do with. You don't confront somebody like who can overpower you in a situation like this. If he's committed to kidnapping his wife, the wife, what is stopping him from stopping you at that point? So I think it was a smart move, if that was the move, to not say anything um at the moment. But then they end up that scene where they are in the room up there somewhere. It looks like one of the colony house rooms. What the look on Alice's face, it's like, yeah, I did it, yeah, and I'm not sorry I did it. So that's what I got from that look on his face. So I forgot who made that comment, saying like, what if Boyd is actually um like, the was it Tony who said it, where Boyd is gonna hide the body or try to cover it up so that people in the town or in the Fromville don't think less of Ellis. At this point, I don't think I don't think anybody should be judging anybody at that point. I mean, this is survival. This is not just people like, oh, this is just a regular Saturday. Literally, this is they're fighting for their lives. And this, Jade said regarding Victor, this entire place, this is what shaped Victor. So yes, Victor was there all that time, and thank God he didn't turn into, somebody like, I don't like you, you're suspicious, you're dead. So at least Victor, being there for like 30, 40 years, whatever it is, has been, he did not turn to be dangerous. People who have been here, am I back? People who have been there shorter time killed more people than Victor had a chance to do. So again, I think Boyd would be able to do that. Like, he would hide the body, or maybe not hide, but he would try to maybe cover it up. But I don't think, even if he just made it, yeah, he killed him, yes, he had reasons, deal with it, everybody dies here. Oops, our mistake. So,
all right. We are back.
did it work for you or no?
No, I can do it, but I have to
Okay.
use a different computer to do it that way. So,
Okay.
if I do it in the same room, it's going to do that echoing. So I got to have the computer in a different room. I'll set it up like that next time, prior, and then we'll work it that way. But it will work. Just need to do it that way. All right, the phone line is open. Y'all should know the number. If you don't, let me put it on the crawl. But even though when I put it on the crawl, everyone always asks, "What's the number?" All right, but we'll put it on the crawl on the bottom, so people can call. The phone line is open. 518-290-0848 is the number. You want to call and speak to LMR, the Don Tony Tough Line. Let us know what you're thinking about everything and all that, about all that good stuff and everything else. And I would like to hear from you 100%.
Yeah,
So
I love when people call in. They have so many great ideas and different
They do.
perspectives.
The familiar is deep.
Yes,
Deep.
yes, great
And
ideas, interactions too,
and everything. And someone's not talking to me, they're talking to other people in there and stuff like that. Call in now for your free tarot reading. I will read your tarot cards. I have cards around here somewhere. Not tarot cards, though. But I do have cards around here. And Dizzy Guy Explores gifted a membership. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. It's 518 is area code, not 581. 518 is the area code 290-2848. I do believe it's open and everything. It should be good. There you go. And there's the number one for you right there.
That's funny. Call me for the tarot, and this is.
Yeah,
We could do all kinds of tarot, but that's not a show for. That's not a show for.
We did do a tarot reading on this channel before.
You did? Who did you do it with?
Yeah, we had a tarot reading. We had Gray Area was.
Oh my gosh, that's right. It was a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, she was doing. And then it got too crazy because everyone just wanted their cards read and stuff, and everything else. It was just way too much. All right, so until we waiting for them to call in, let's look at the trailer once again. I need to refresh it so we can talk about specific. Well, they are here. They're here. This is 868.
From
To
accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, JP, you know you gotta turn that down in the background. You are not an amateur, brother.
Good evening. Oh yeah, listen. I mean, you know it. You see, it's down now. So good evening, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. As I said, like I really enjoyed the episode 9. And you know, I just had some quick little questions and some food for thought. So I won't be too long, just about 45 seconds. So when my biggest thing is Sarah being manipulated, or does she genuinely hold a key to the town's mysteries? So like you saw her come forward and say that, yo, listen, the voices are telling me to. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She said the voices are telling me that what's her name, Fatima, is close, and they're laughing at you, saying that you'll never find her, even though she's so close. Was the question? I'm wondering, was that Sarah hearing those voices and actually trying to help, or was that Sarah being commanded by the voices to do that and say that for whatever end? So that's one thing. I have 3, so I'll just do the other 2. With Tabitha, how will she handle how do you think she'll handle the psychological strain of realizing that she's been here before, perhaps in a different body? Will that fortify her and make her stronger, make her more resilient, etc.? Or would that revelation cause her to lose faith, lose hope, and kind of recoil into herself, and as the phrase is, be broken by the tongue? So that's my second little thing, and Elgin to me gives me a lot of very Renfield from Dracula vibes. You remember Renfield from Dracula? Dracula was an assistant that would run around and do a bunch of things for him, under the promise that at some point he's going to turn into a vampire. I feel a lot of that from Elgin. Like he's being promised something, and because of that promise, he's doing a lot of weird things that he probably wouldn't do, when he probably knows to himself are actually bad. But like he's so holding on to this promise that it's like the ends justify whatever means. I think that's kind of obvious. But then the last one is, how will Jade's tech savvy nature come into play in solving the mysteries of the town? So if he does help solve the mystery, would it even be his tech savviness that helps that or causes that? Or would it be like his violin playing? You know, where do we stand on that, and how do we think? What do we think he's going to tap into to help us, to help the town get out of whatever predicament they're in? And I would also say that the last scene where you see, the scene in the trailer where you see him playing the violin and see Tabitha looking at something, it gives me a feeling that they are trying to, or they have actually succeeded in summoning something, and the thing they summoned was not necessarily the thing they thought they were going to summon. Do those things make any sense to you guys?
It does, because I said that in my video. So it does. It does make a lot of sense. All right. I'll hang up and let Elamar answer your 3 questions. Right?
Yeah. No problem at all. Everybody have a good evening.
All right, my brother. 1. All right, El. He's 3 questions there.
So Sarah, right?
Yep,
So
Sarah. Does Sarah actually have a connection to this place?
Yeah, I think whatever Sarah heard, whatever said it to her, I think it knew that she's gonna pass it along. It would not make any sense for her to hear it and her to keep it. They know that I think whoever says it, they know that she's gonna say it to like she's gonna give that message. I don't think it said you have to go and you have to tell this person I'm making you tell it because I need you to do this for me because there's a plan to that. No, I think it was more like, yeah, this is they're gonna laugh. They were laughing. They were, oh yeah, she's close. That's all they needed to say, and she actually gave that message. I don't think they told her give this message.
Yeah, no, I think that she is the jinns are talking to her. There's multiple people because she always says voices, so there's multiple ones, and they're laughing. And I think that they have already seen the future, and that's why they know that they're not going to get to Fatima in time, no matter what they do, because this has already happened before. They already have seen this play out before. So I think that's why they did that. The next question was reincarnated Tabitha. How would she deal with it? How do you think she would? You think that if she's reincarnated from Miranda, that she's going to be attracted to Henry now? You think now?
Oh boy.
Give a little bit to
if
Henry,
that's
like,
the case, then
husband,
she has.
I missed you so long. And
oh my God.
Jim had to kick Henry's ass.
Okay. Oh no, that's like it's her having any emotions, like, well, she's like, my gosh, my choice of men, like, oh, like, it's apparently happening again, like apparently this time I failed as well in making my choices, kind of thing, because she definitely, it's not a good choice that she had that she made with Jim. She gave it a go, but did not. Yeah. Now for her, how she's gonna deal with that, realizing like, oh my gosh, I am me, but technically I am maybe not me, because the me is like, which one is the me? Am I even original? Like, am I even like, what am I? Just like recycled something? I see her getting, obviously it can go either way. I see her being stronger because of it. It empowering her.
We're gonna get to that question. This is 315. That's up by Utica area.
From nonfiction. To accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don, Tony Teflon, and Lady Elamar.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Lady Elma. Hi, Tony.
Hey.
Okay, this is nonfiction. I have a.
Where do you at? Where
I
you
have
live
a
up
theory.
by? You live up by Syracuse or Turning Stone or something that towards that way?
I live in Syracuse.
Oh, okay. I knew it had to be or something.
We spoke about this before, and when I laughed about the school, you said I was talking about the team, which no, I just worked there for a long time. I feel like everyone I know works there.
All right. That's what's up.
All right, so I have a theory. I'm gonna bring you down my rabbit hole real quick.
Let's go.
Are you ready? Okay. So somebody because I'm a Redditor. First I should premise by saying that I think Victor is psychic.
Okay.
I think that we've been shown subtle hints, like him bringing Ethan a winter jacket before it's about to snow, or how he was ready to bounce out of Colony House before it got attacked. Just little things like that, but I don't even think he's aware of it. But anyways, okay, so somebody had pointed out that the Que Sera Sera song first came out with a movie called The Man Who Knew Too Much. It's an Alfred Hitchcock movie. So I was reading the plot summary of the Alfred Hitchcock movie, and wouldn't you know, Kill the Boy is a direct quote from that movie.
Okay.
Also, the guy who created the show, the lost guy, I forget his name, John something or other, he wrote an episode for the rebooted Twilight Zone. people who like the Twilight Zone and Hitchcock, I never watched that when I was younger because I hated MASH and Twilight Zone was weird. But anyways, so start looking up all these Twilight Zone shows, and there's this one called It's a Good Life, where a boy controls the town. He has he's psychic and he has powers. He isolates the town from the rest of the universe. People have to grow their own food. They don't have supplies. He creates monsters. And then at the end, he causes it to start snowing, even though half of their food's going to get killed off and the townspeople are facing starvation. So that sounds like our show, kind of, yes?
100% it does.
Okay, so then that leads me to It's a Good Life Part 2 in the Twilight Zone rebooted in 2002. In that episode, that boy is grown up. He has a daughter, and she has more powers than him, he's noticed. Because he exiles people to a cornfield if he doesn't like them, but he can't bring them back. Once they go there, that's it. But his daughter can bring them back. So anyways, at the end of the episode, she brings the town back to the USA or whatever because she wants to go to New York City. So that got me thinking that I think Victor, he's not the bad guy. He's gonna be the daughter with the powers. Because I already was thinking he was psychic. I've been thinking it for some time. So anyways, that got me on there has to be a nemesis, the person who exiled the town. So somebody called in talking about Dr. Mabuse like a week or two ago. I know you remember. It's another weird movies from the 30s. The first one was silent because Mabuse was written on Henry's head, whatever, when he was in the ambulance, the neck head brace.
Yep.
And people have also pointed out all of the cards that are being played in the show. His first film was The Gambler. So Dr. Mabuse is an evil figure who is psychic. He has powers. He can hypnotize people. He can make people do the things he wants. He can control electronics, radios, and TVs, yada, yada, yada. And also it says about him that he rarely commits these crimes in person, instead operating through agents while remaining a shadowy figure. So I'm thinking Dr. Mabuse is like the bad guy, the djinn or whatever.
Okay.
So I've been thinking it's been aliens for quite some time, but then you said a djinn.
A djinn is alien.
Yeah, Elgin. I get that, but here's the thing. I think Elgin, I think it's a red herring, how like with the magic, because I looked up the guy who created the show, his episode that he made for Twilight Zone, and guess what it's called?
What is it?
Point of Origin. And guess what it's about? An alien. Basically, this chick who's Jennifer Goodwin is the star. It's the one that Jordan Peele rebooted the series recently in 2017 or something. This chick, her housekeeper, gets taken away by Homeland Security, but she's Spanish, so she thinks that's the issue. But then they come to pick up her, and then she realizes she's not from this planet, yada, yada, yada. She's an alien. So that got me back to the aliens. So I think the Elgin thing is a red herring. I think that it is an alien, and he does have powers, because we know that they talk telepathically and whatever. And I think Victor's his nemesis. That's why they don't mess with him. That's why they haven't bothered with him for years. That's why they let him go in the tunnels. Because he doesn't know he has these powers, but if push comes to shove, you don't know what might happen. And therefore, okay, so the boy in white was clearly one of the Anakugi children, but he wasn't sacrificed. I saved drawings and whatnot to prove this, but I almost emailed them too, but I thought there would be a little extra of me. So he wasn't sacrificed, but clearly he's not like alive anymore. I think Victor is somehow controlling him. Well, you know, they're clearly related. So I think that Victor's controlling the boy in white, but he doesn't really know it. I think that the boy in white pushed Tabitha out. Like, getting to the lighthouse is not how you fix it. Just the boy in white happened to be there, and then he pushed her out of whatever dimension they're in. I don't think she went back to find the paintings and all that nonsense about Miranda. I think she went back to get Henry, because Victor has no reason to leave. He has no reason to bring the town back. As he said, this is his home. But if he realizes like he has a dad and a life outside of this place, that might give him reason to want to go. So yeah, they're trying to save the children, but how can you do that if the monsters are going to start running? I mean, they create all the rules in the game. They can make people go into nightmares, or cicadas attack you, or yada yada yada. So I think that yeah, they're going to keep trying to save the children, but at the end of the day, it's me, Victor, who saves the whole town.
Well, listen, I love everything you said, 100%, and I wish it played out like that. Not only would I still be right, and that's why I love it, you know, and I would love for it to be an alien that is fucking green with antennae and everything else, so I could come and put that picture right on the screen and say, "I told you, motherfuckers, what it was from the beginning," which it could, and I hope that it is right. And we shall see. But I, in order for LMR to comment, I have to take you off the phone line, my lady. But
no, I'm fine with that. I already said a lot, so I literally wrote notes so that I said it in order without messing it up. But yeah, I just had to share that with you. I've been on a lot of rabbit holes. I've been reading a lot of Twilight Zone episodes. I don't even like Twilight Zone. I've reached my limit. I just thought I would share all that. Thank you for taking my call, and you guys have a good night.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you so much. Call back.
Great call. Great call.
Okay.
And I think I see Phil.
Phil, you're in the building.
Hey, Phil.
Are you there?
Well, before he said hi, that was a really cool, everything that was said. And what I know about anything I see on TV, nothing is original. There's the inspiration is taken from everywhere. So people are doing. I still enjoy what I see today.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't have anything to watch just because a song was. Let's say there's a song about whatever. There are hundreds of songs on that topic, but everybody puts their twist, their thing on it. So I love that picture. Look at that.
Can we switch to your phone line, please?
I have found the person responsible for this whole situation, Tony.
You have, and that is exactly the right person who has done it. Can we switch to your phone line?
Yeah, if you want, I think I can do that.
All right. So whoever's calling right now, I'm not going to take your call. You're going to switch to Phil's phone line, so that way. All right, let me just tell them that.
Teresa.
Oh, Teresa has hung up. All right. Therefore, we're going to switch to Phil's phone line. That way, everyone can comment back at the same time. All right, that's what the difference is and why it's better to do it from Phil's. All right, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna shut mine down now, and that way we'll just take calls from Phil's line. That way everyone can comment at the same time in real time and everything else. So Teresa, I know that was you who just called. Please call the new phone number 781-990-8509. Teresa, we would love to hear from you. Let me.
That was my please call in
music. Get rid of all that good stuff and everything else. All right. 781-990-8509 is the number. Teresa, please call back. Love to hear from you. Phil, what's going on, brother?
Not too much. Weird day, but things are going okay. How about you guys?
Weird day indeed, but better that I'm here.
Yeah.
Here we go. Area code 815. Area code 815. Welcome to the show. What's your question? What's your name? And where are you from? I guess too works.
Hi, it's Fatima from Rockford.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. So I just have a comment about Boyd when we were discussing earlier.
You have to answer that super chat too.
You were saying that about Boyd not really going through with catching a monster and everything. And I think it was just he kind of got cold feet for a lot of reasons. One, after they kind of forced him to leave Randall. And I think that kind of made him just feel some kind of way. And then right after that, Donna told him, you don't even have a real plan, don't do anything. And kind of just shamed him too, even in front of his son, made him feel like a bitch. So it was low key, I don't think he had the same kind of courage he did at first after the whole Randall thing. and everybody saw what he did to kind of go through with a plan. I feel like he do feel kind of broken at this point, because even when he gave his speech, nobody was really like, yeah, let's get him. They were just like, yeah, hey, boy, whatever, let's just go look for this girl, but nobody was like ramped up for him or anything like that. So I do feel like when Katri said like this place is one, I just feel like it's because he feel broken and he wanted to give up. But I think he was kind of saying this place is one to kind of give him like a speech to go do something. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say.
Well, we appreciate the call, and but I think that we could take this Saggy Star super chat too at the same time. Why is Boyd important? I think Boyd's importance and everything else is really just how he was able to rally the people. I don't think Boyd was meant to be there. I think his wife, they bagged up his wife because she was the one who had dreams about this place before, and he just happened to be in the car, and that's how he got sucked in here. So I don't think he was meant to be here. I think his wife was meant to be here. But I think his importance is that he's able to rally everyone and get everyone organized, and that's why they have to break Boyd in order to break the whole town. As for him losing support, as you're saying, I think that is the key of what they have to try to do to make people not like him. And this whole Fatima thing, maybe he starts a new settlement at the settlement with Fatima and Ellis after they come to grips with everything that happened and the baby or something. Because this chick is not, Donna ain't letting them back in the house at all. They ain't gonna be able to do that. So yeah, what do you guys think about what she said?
Phil, do you want to go first? I guess he's muted. So I think Boyd, that didn't we say that?
I think I'm having some
sound issues, or is it better now? Oh no, he's muted. So
okay, he's muted right now. He's got to fix it.
Yeah. So with Boyd, I think that the whole, because he tries to rally people, he brings people hope, right? The talismans, the animals to make food from or with. So didn't we say that, or somebody there said that it feeds on hope? Without those, there would be no hope. It's like, oh wow, we got this, so maybe we can do that, and then it just grows hope. So I wonder if he, like, the entire family might have been, maybe, I don't know, Ellis, but if they've been picked somehow, okay, this family, this person can be for that, this can be for that, we got both of them, so this person will start killing people, but then this person will bring them hope at the same time. And it happened at the same time, the killing where she was shooting people over, and the same time Boyd is like, I got stuff here that can help us, but literally happened as a balance. It's like a complete balance. It takes, like, who was it, Sarah said that it's this town takes, doesn't give. So you think like it gave you, but it's at the price. What about you, Phil? What do you think?
I'm having a little bit of connection issues right now, so if I'm coming in and out, give me a second to figure out my stuff. And Fatima, I'm sorry if I'm gonna disconnect for a quick second here, but if you guys can hear me, one thing that I want to touch upon, what you were saying about like them dropping, catching one. What I don't want it to be is I don't want that to all end up just being, it was an opportunity for the issue between Randall and Boyd. Like they just introduced that to get Boyd on the bus to have him and Randall get into their business. Like I hope that actually is followed up on. I mean, if we just look at it being only a couple days, maybe he could eventually get to it. If you think about like after what happened after Donna telling him his plan was stupid, it's only been like 2 days since then. So maybe he will circle back to that idea. But he's just getting caught up with all this other shit with, his daughter-in-law getting kidnapped and Tilly getting murdered and all of that. It kind of distracts him from the situation, but maybe we'll get to that at the beginning of next season. But as of now, it looks like the only purpose of it was to get him on the bus, so he could get into that little exchange with Randall.
100%. I agree with what you're just saying there. Doc, thank you for his super chat. See any similarities between From and The Shining? I'm not a huge Shining person, so you'd have to ask someone else like Phil, who's seen it a million times. there's any similarities there. And Jake is saying, I think Boyd's Parkinson is coming from the town is doing. Now, I think he said that it ran in his family, but I think that the town is the cause of the Parkinson's, so I do believe, or it sped it up.
And we have another call. This is from area code 916, but I don't think it's the voice of 916. Area code 916, welcome to the show.
Hi, Tony. Hi, LMR.
You could just call her Liv if you want. Liv is what everyone calls her.
Hi, this is TM, and I wanted to touch on a couple of things that you guys talked about. Boyd is absolutely essential to the town, not only to the town, but to the game. I think that at this point in the series, we have seen that there is a game that's being played. The town is pushed to its limits, but it never goes too far. They are provided food, and they do have the daytime without monsters. I think that that indicates that there is a balance, and I think Boyd is part of that balance. Now, regarding Boyd breaking, when we think about being broken, we might think of somebody doing something bad. However, with Boyd, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. I think that for Boyd to be broken, it would look like Boyd not getting out of bed, not having an answer, and not participating in running the town. Just simply giving up completely, hopelessness.
Yeah, being almost apathetic.
Yes, exactly.
Lamar, you can talk now, Lamar.
I was just worried. I heard Phil mentioning, so I wanted him to finish whatever thoughts he had on it. But yeah, and I mean, I agree with what is said. The one of the things that I'm thinking about just thinking about the town and how it affects people and everybody's having a part in it. I still think, and it's kind of going off topic, but I still think that everybody, like the breaking him, the whole part about, you can't break me. How else? I mean, he has love for his family. He killed his wife to save other people, to save his son. So opposite of that, like you said, indifference, apathy, and stuff like that would be breaking him, because he would not, I need to go out there and ring the bell because it's dark. Like where is he? He hasn't been doing, at least we haven't seen him doing that. And he's like, no, I gotta go, it's getting dark. So he still wants to do it for the town. Now imagine him giving up. Like, okay, yeah, whatever, like just do whatever, no more ringing the bell, you can go all die out there because I have nothing to live for anymore. That would be breaking him, because right now he has things to live for. I wonder what these things are. If his family, immediate family, dies, will this extended family fill in the place for him?
Yeah, I don't think it does, because we've seen him say to Kenny, like, if something happens to me, I need you to know my family is good. And that's what he's talking about. So to him, it's his family, and his family is Fatima and Ellis. And I think that's all he's caring about right now. I don't think anything else would break him to that point.
And I mean, one thing about Boyd is, even if the town loses faith in him as a leader and as a positive influence and stuff, the connection he has to the town and the way that he sort of inspires normalcy every day, ringing the bell, going through all that, and kind of trying to be at least an active force of keeping everyone safe. If he went in the other direction, if they really did break him in the way to make him apathetic, make him not care, not just make him freak out and want to fight back, like really make him like, sad George Michael Arrested Development music, walking around head down all day in the town. If they put him in that kind of position, that would have a trickle down effect on everyone in town.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a couple people in town, if you break the anchor pieces, everyone else falls. Donna breaks, Boyd breaks, everything. Fatima breaks. She's the weed supply. That all, and Kenny's mom with the food supply, but fortunately that's been pushed up. But all those things that make it normal, when they eventually figure out a way to break Boyd, and Boyd is the shining light to a certain extent that keeps people pushing, that's really going to break the whole town. It's not just breaking Boyd. It's bringing everyone back to that scared point when they're hiding in holes and they're afraid of everything.
I wonder when you call them anchor, like the anchor, the boat, and
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
keychain, yeah, and the keychain, the way it was spelled, it's not Boyd, it's boy. Like, what do you call that thing in the water? Boy, boy, something like that, right? Yeah.
Buoy.
So the way it was spelled, like, you know, the whole boat, and what
Buoy.
does it do? Buoy. Yeah, it keeps things from floating away. It keeps them safe. So I love the way they chose names, and there's a deeper meaning of that and different spelling when you use that. Great.
And yes,
Great
it's the Charlie
comparison.
Brown song. Anything else, caller? And great call so far.
No, that's, oh, yes, one more thing.
Yep.
So with Tony's higher dimensional being or alien theory, we have been hearing that they constantly mention the Bible. Caltree said that they are living the new book. Well, what do we have historically in the Bible? It is Immaculate Conception. A higher dimensional being would be able to put that baby in Fatima without her knowing, without anybody seeing, without anybody being able to intervene. So I think that the baby itself lets us know in the way that it's growing that it has to be a higher dimensional being. There is no other way.
Mhm. And her name, and I looked it up. I think her name, Fatima, depending on what language you look at, I think it means virgin or something like that. So it's similar. Like, so that kind of is again chosen really well.
Listen, y'all gotta just listen to PM. She knows what she's talking
We
about.
have all sorts of stories, mythologies, legends that could be interpreted as gods, who in reality were misinterpreted extraterrestrials.
And now to make up for it, we have another 916, the voice of 916. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Phil. This is the voice at 916. How are you, Phil? How are you, LMR?
Good, good.
Tony?
Nice to hear you.
Yes, it's good to be here. Tony,
Yes.
you sound a little stuffy. Are you feeling a little better yet?
I'm feeling much better than I was before. So yes, I am still on the verge of getting 100%, but I would say I'm at least 69 right now.
69.
That's a good place to be. So
Okay, well, don't forget that hot toddy tonight.
I will not forget it.
Well, the reason I called, it's more of a question than a theory. I wanted to talk about Marielle, Randall, and Julie and their experience that they had in the cave. How do you think if they get together, which I think that they will on this next episode, I don't know if it'll conclude, but how do you think what they discover in talking to each other will contribute to understanding the mystery of what's going on in Fromville?
I'll take it.
Okay, I think you say like when the three of them get together and they go to the caves, what kind of mysteries will it unlock? I think it will unlock mysteries for season 4. I think that will be one of the things that we won't really get much future information on. It will just kind of lead us by the line and get us right to a point where we might discover something, and it gives us some of those. I think that and the cabin thing that Tony was talking about earlier, I think those two things are going to be our sprinkle into season 4 things. And fortunately or unfortunately, we're only going to really deal with pregnancy thing and then maybe a couple more little reveals that come through. But I think our ultimate conclusion of this season will probably more what has to do with Fatima, and those other things will be things that lead into next season. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get a big reveal. How about you guys? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Tony.
Before you go on, I was really referring to when they all get together at the clinic. I think something's going to happen there, not when they're in the cave, but they'll start kind of sharing a little bit about what they each experienced, what they heard, what they saw, what they felt.
Okay.
Then maybe that they all decide that they have to go to the caves.
It's got to be some kumbaya moment between them. We know that Julie does have the power of time travel. It does believe that she's able to go into past and affect the past while she's back there. So if she's able to do that, do they have the same abilities or do they have different abilities? Does each of them have something different? That's what it comes down to, and that's what I need to know. Because if they all can go back into time because they all been there and they all have this ability to go back, then you have the three of them causing a muck back in the day. You know, like I said in one of my videos, that I believe that it was them that went back in time and dragged the tent with Sarah and Boyd. And they're going to show that in one of these seasons that's the way it goes down. So it all depends, unless they have some other powers too, or Julie has the ability to bring other people with her, because I think they made a point of showing Ethan's hand disappear from hers, but there's got to be a way where she could just hold on to that person and bring them in there. And maybe since those two were in there, she's able to do that with them.
That makes sense too. She can grab their hands, and they could all walk in there. Maybe she's the connecting part, and I think that they all have different. I mean, what would be the point of them having the same ability? To me, it wouldn't why not give all the power to one person versus splitting the power in three? I think it's making more sense if they actually have different powers, but they have to combine them somehow. They have to work together to do something with it. They have to agree to it, and they're not willing. Like, what's his name? He doesn't want to go back, and the one doesn't want to talk because she's denying that, I'm fine, nothing is happening, I'm okay. They all need to agree that they are not okay.
Yeah, I think, and ultimately that's going to be, to your point, to your question, Voice of 916, I think when they're at the clinic together and all talking, they're going to just share the fact that they're all still effed up about it, and maybe what every unique thing that they each have for it. Maybe Randall will talk more about how he sees the cicadas, and Julie will talk about time travel, and maybe Marielle will have some other sort of variation of a power or something. Because I think the coolest possible solution for that would be, as Tony has hinted to, we talked about for a while, the Dream Warriors thing. Like, each one of them have a different power to be able to sort of cave into it. I feel like there's a way to be able to use that in an interesting way. So maybe, hopefully, we'll see the start of that, possibly, but I don't know.
Okay, so you think that there'll be more of a tease that will lead us into season 4?
Personally, that's my.
Yeah, I can't see them as much as they've focused on this. And when we looked at the trailer, we've seen nothing apparent that shows anything like that. That any importance. The whole trailer is basically focused around two things. And that's Jade and Tabitha in the tree, and what's going on with Fatima from what I can see. So I think they would push that whole thing to the next season. It's going to finish those two storylines.
Very true. And according to what we saw in the trailer, it seems to me that when Jade and Tabitha, whatever they're experiencing when Jade is playing the violin, it looks as if they're probably seeing the kids, the Yankuli kids. They don't look afraid. They just look tremendously sad, and that they can feel whatever is going on with them. And I'm interested to see how that plays out, as well as the three, Julie, Randall, and Marielle. But I am so done with this Fatima storyline. I just want it to end, actually. I know that's not right to say, but that's how I feel about it. It just went on way too long.
I agree with you 100%, and I couldn't agree anymore. They could have clipped this up earlier. I don't need to see no more about this baby.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking my call, and the three of you have a wonderful evening, and as always, peace and stay sexy.
You do the same. Great call. Jen Hack, thank you for the super chat. Says Fatima's baby is the entity's anchor baby. Quite possible. Maybe that baby does keep them there inside this room.
This is area code 347. 347, what's your name, question, and where you're from?
Hi, this is Rose. I'm from Brooklyn.
Hey, Rose.
Brooklyn.
Hi.
I just ordered some Notorious B.I.G. Timberlands. I got 2 coming, so I could wear one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are fly.
Yeah,
you got both colors, or?
Yeah, I got both of the. I didn't get the black ones. I got the other one. I got 2 of them though. I'm gonna put one up, and then I'm gonna wear the other one.
Oh, well, I'll look forward to that in the next live stream, hopefully.
Yeah. That's my Christmas present to myself.
Well, it's nice seeing all 3 of y'all together. You still sound stuffed up. I wanted to tell you take some zinc and echinacea. It'll help you out a lot.
All right. I would definitely will get that tomorrow. I promise you.
Oh, okay. I wanted to get on your girl Acosta. Why is she not changing out of this uniform? Does she think that's like a symbol of power or something?
Thank you.
Like, yeah, she needs to change already. Like, come on now. I know she your chick and everything, but they got clothes. She needs to change them up.
Well, she did say that she didn't want to get comfortable up in this piece yet. That's why you got to figure too. I mean, how many days has she been there? A day and a half since she's got there. I don't think she's
2 days.
She ain't been there for a week. It's only been like a day and a half.
She's gotta be stinking up. She's not taking a shower.
Yeah, she got to be thinking. Come on now. She's been running around. She's been going on hikes and trail
She's been murdering people and stuff too.
This cold don't mean she ain't gonna get funky. Like, come on now. She got to change.
There's laundry room over there. I'm hoping Tony can imagine that she's laundering the clothes, so she's probably doing that.
You way out of your jurisdiction. So change. Yeah.
All right, I hear you. I hear you. She deserves it. I can't say nothing. Y'all giving it to Elgin too, so it's only fair that she get it.
Yeah. I still think we might get a fight. I think that when Fatima goes underground, because she doesn't necessarily know what's in those caves, I think that somehow, some way, they're gonna find out that she's down there. And then we're going to get the fight that we all been revving up for, like the town versus the monsters. I'm hoping it ends that way. I know there's like mad spoilers out there. I've been trying to avoid all of them. Phil, you part of the problem. But I'm still hoping for the fight. So that's my only theory. It's a hope. I have nothing to base that on. But that's all I have to say though. Thank you.
You're welcome, and I am part of the problem. I'm sticking to what MGM releases, though.
I wish they would get into some big brawl, but I don't know if they're gonna do no brawl because the town is weak. I seen them dudes in the town. Ain't none of them scary. Ain't none of them look like they could do much work. So I'd be on the monsters would kick the town's ass.
Just one swipe and they're dead. It's
It would
like,
be
what
a
are you
wrap.
gonna do?
Only one that is who's showing out is Boyd. He's from Brooklyn. Everybody else in there is getting whacked, and I hope Kenny get killed first. Kenny gotta go. Kenny gotta go now. God damn, I need Kenny gone.
Eric 330, welcome to the show. What's your question or comment?
Hey, how's it going? This is World Rebel Eric.
Hey, buddy.
I got a prediction for the season finale, and I got a couple comments. But so I think the Komodo lady is basically she has Fatima's baby. The monsters, like in the trailer, they're standing around. I think they're looking at the kimono lady with the baby, and I think the monsters probably kill Fatima right after. And I think the Elgin, Boyd follows Elgin, or they question him, then they kind of follow him, tell him, and then they go in there and they find out that, Fatima's dead, and Ellis, he probably following them too. So he comes up, he does his best Brad Pitt, and act and say, "What's in the box?" You know what I'm saying? What's in the box? And then, sorry. And then he kills Elgin. So I think Elgin might die, or almost kill him, or whatever you want to call it. Because I think Elgin, he's just another Sarah, basically, that they plan him. But I think they want that baby, and that, like the girl said, it could be some immaculate conception type ordeal. But I was thinking, what if the baby could be another boy in white? Because where is the boy in white even from? He could have been born in the town too, right?
I think the theory.
One second, caller.
Yeah, I think the theory of the boy in white being one of the and Kui's children makes the most sense of it. But in the end, the boy in white is Victor. I mean, I've said it 1,000 times, and I'm telling you again, this is what it's going to be when the show ends. The boy in white is Victor, and it's all said and done. That will be revealed. Always understand that. Know it. That I've told you that from season 1, that this is what it's going to be, and this is it. There's no way around that. So, the boy in white is Victor. That's all.
It's like a future Victor. Or
no matter how they run it, whether it's some reincarnation, it's Victor's projecting to the boy in white, whatever it is, it don't matter how it is. The boy in white and Victor are the same. I'm telling you, same person.
All right, I didn't think about it like that because I wanted to know like why the boy in white he was so adamant and he was mad, like I ain't helping y'all people no more, like I'm done with y'all figure it out on his own. I'm like, damn, who just says that? Like, is people dying, these people scared, so you don't want to help them no more? Why you feel like the boy in white did that?
Yeah, and he was like, "Don't touch my tree." You know, that's all he called.
Don't touch the tree. Yeah. I'm like, bro, what's up? What's wrong with you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be great.
He don't even want to help him no more. Like he like Victor, like basically got on his knees, like, please tell me how to help him. He like, I'm tired of helping y'all. I'm like, well, what the fuck have we done? We think you evil. So what's really have you done?
Yeah, I think the boy in white is just gonna, he's gonna get old enough, and then he's gonna become Victor, and you're gonna see the boy in white, and you're gonna see Victor standing in that white outfit, looking at him, and that's gonna be him right there. He's gonna be rocking the whole outfit. It's like you see in the beginning. That's why everyone over here is stressing this man in the yellow from the one picture. The real picture that was inside of that basement was the picture that's in the trailer, that's in the startup for the song, and that is the guy in the white suit like Victor's that has the crow mouth. That's the important picture, because that's the one that's in the intro. So that's the one that means the most out of anything.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you know what? With you, Tony, like you have you have your theories and stuff, but you don't spend a lot of time on it. So you just say it and then you just move on. And then people forget about it. But I don't forget. But I forgot that one though. You did mention that. That was like 6-7 months ago when you mentioned that about the picture, and it was the boy in white, but they was like an adult version.
Yeah.
Yep. Might have even been in the off season, like when we're just watching.
That was a while ago. Tony have his little things, but he don't spend time on it though. He'll drop it on you, but he don't go back. You know, somebody might mention it on the live, and then he might be like, "Yeah, I said that," but he don't spend time on it. Tony a good one, man. But I got one more thing. Like, I mean, you did the same thing with the music notes too. Like, you mentioned the music note, but you never spent really no much time on it. You just put it out there, like it's out there.
It's
I
there.
said it. That's your favorite voice. I said it.
I said it, and when it happens,
but
you know after.
But I got one more thing. The Tabitha and Jay, I think when he playing with the violins, like in the trailer, and they looking all shocked or scared or whatever, I think they just probably have more memories probably coming to them. Like Jay probably reincarnation of Chris or whatever. So I just think that they just have more memories flooding their head or something. I don't think it's really nothing crazy. I just think it's probably more memories. But that's all I got to say, man. I love the show. You know, I'm always, I'm a big fan. So of all y'all, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it, brother. 100%.
Thanks.
Great call.
So let me answer, because I've said this before and I'll say it again. And the Don don't get down like that, Mr. Van Dam. So anything I have said, anything I have come up with that you have seen me come up with, I came up with it on my own.
1 second caller.
No screeners, no other type of information. I've been wrong about too much to have had that, because that was the case. I've been right about everything. So, it's not worth it to me. I have a reputation. I have a thing that I've built over these years. And if you know me from the years and you look at everything, let me explain to y'all like this real quick before we get into this, why I do this and why I'm able to do it. When I came out doing what I do, making up theories, I did so by doing it for the book series, A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones. When I first started doing that, there was no Game of Thrones website or anything. I had to look in each book, read the book, find something, highlight it, then go read another book, say, wait, this reminded me of this book. Go back to the other book, find what I just read, highlight this one, highlight that one. And I used to go through every book like that and made all these theories about that. So it was hard work, real work. That was laborious work, hours and hours and days and weeks, going from book to book to book to book, remembering this and remembering that and all that. So I come from that. So me looking at stuff on a television show is pretty easy compared to doing those things like that. So it's not really hard for me to do these things. And I seen that Red Team review, Phil. I know he's your boy. I had a video recently talking about Preston and said, well, Preston, I believe you are the one who popularized making theories on YouTube. Man, I was out before. What's he talking about? The Don was out way before Preston Jacobs, all right? The guy never gives me any respect, but that's what it is and everything else. But no, that's why I'm able to do it, and that's where I think I got it from, because I was doing it from the books, so that now when I do it from the television show, it's not. And I watch the show. I watch it. I have the closed captioning on it. I'll pause it. I'll rewind it. I'll pause it. I'll rewind it. Right when I see something, I pause it. I look at it. So it's not like watching the show with me wouldn't be fun for people, because I really go through all those things like that. So, but that's how I'm able to come up with these things and stuff like that. And
thank you for waiting, 816. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, this is Tony from Kansas City. Hey, how you doing, Elamar? Phil, Tony.
Let's go, my friend.
All right. I want to agree with you on two things, Tony. Two things that you said. One, the first one is, you're right. All the men do look weak up in there. So if you look at the trailer, he went and grabbed the big guns, which is Sarah. He had to grab the killer. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he had to go grab her to get everything up out of this guy right here. You know what I mean? Hey, and the second one is that I'm starting to really, really believe in you when you said the aliens, because the boy in the white, he kind of threw me off a little bit, because he kind of gave me a little alien vibe when he basically like, hey, man, I ain't trying to save this earth. Y'all wouldn't listen. Even though he could have found somebody else, but he wanted to find a person that's walking around with a dummy on his hand to give the information to, which was ridiculous to me. But I mean, I'm starting to really believe in this alien thing. And you're right. Every time they change, they look like aliens. You know what I mean?
That's right. Keep going. Keep going with it. Go with it, baby. Go with it.
I still believe that they're setting it up for the young ones. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, T.
No, I said keep believing, keep the faith, baby. Keep the faith.
Yeah. Hey, but I mean, I still just believe that the younger crew is gonna live. I mean, you know, I think Jay out of the old crew will be alive. I think he's still the chosen one. I think everybody else is gonna die. You know, a boy, he's gonna die for saving the town, because that's who he is. He might, if the man in yellow is a threat, I think he might have to sacrifice himself to kill the man in yellow to save the town. I think Donna gonna end up sacrificing herself for the town, for the house. And I believe that Miranda, she just do a little too much. She walks off by herself too much to where that might get her caught up. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of setting it up for Julie to be a star. You know what I'm saying? We already know Ethan's a star, but they setting it up for Julie to be a star too. But I just want to, and one more question though. I got one question. Was I the only one thinking that Ethan was gonna stab Jim when he picked up that sharp tool? because he had that look on his face.
Yeah, he's like,
like, I wish you would. Why you bringing me here, Dad? Hey, he picked this sharp tool up and had this look on his face like, I wish you would try something. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just how I looked at it and how I got it. He just really had this look on his face, man.
Let's go inside.
Yeah, you know, like I'm about to do something to you. But that's just it, man. But I mean, for real though, man, I hope I wasn't the only one that just thought that. Because man, he picked it up. He looked around and picked it up like, I wish you would try something. You know what I'm saying? And then said, why are we up in here? But all right, y'all, man, y'all doing a wonderful job, man. And hopefully it don't take 2 years for season 4 to come out.
Yeah, that's what's
Right,
up. I don't think it'll take that long. Thank you for the call, 100%. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to take that long. I think a year would be the most. There won't be no screen, no strike or anything. We'll get it back. It may come back earlier next year, I think, because this year was postponed because of that. It may come back to normal time because they could be. I'll ask Liz. They gotta. She won't tell me.
Yeah, they won't tell exactly because it hasn't even been officially renewed yet. But I think the fact that the town is already built, it's kind of an already connected set, makes it easier to kind of have a quicker turnaround time. And they've been really good. Even with the strike, they weren't too much longer than a year. So I don't think this is going to be one of those shows that we're going to have to wait.
They use a lot of practical effects and not, so that's easier to do in post than the other stuff. So I think
we'll probably see it around the same time next year. I think they kind of liked being around Halloween, and I think we'll see it around Halloween next year. Like so we pass through it again. That's my opinion. Well, September, October, the new season will start again.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you on that. With no doubt about it, and everything. Well, so let me give a shout out. So PM, who's a friend of the channel, is in the chat right now. We have over 370 people rocking, and I keep hearing that PM has started her own YouTube channel. So let's show some love to PM if people can, please. I don't allow this usually, but since she's a friend of the channel, let's show her some love. If one of the mods can please go get the link to PM's channel and post it in the chat so we can get some. Let's see if we can get her 100 subscribers tonight. We got 370 people here. Can we get 100 of y'all to go over to PM channel, at least 100, and get her 100 subscribers up in there and let her start her channel off right and everything else. And listen. Show us some love for starting that channel. She's a great friend of the channel, and she's part of the family.
Area code. Sorry, Tony. Area code 909. I see you calling from Ontario, Canada. Call this number instead. I accidentally put the wrong number in the chat. So sorry. I see you trying to call whoever that was, but this is the actual right number. Sorry about that.
What, 781-990-8509?
Yes, I put the wrong number by accident in the live chat, and somebody is calling me over here. Oh, we got John T from California. Welcome to the show, John.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Teflon, man. I think you've been right all along, man. Alien. I have basically convinced my friends and I know they threw us off with a few episodes when they truly did. Mm-hmm. But man, I think your theory has been on point the entire time. I really do. And don't bring religion, politics, or nothing like that into it. You're not from this earth. We know what you are.
That's right.
Man, I'm glad to hear you reconfirm that tonight, though, because like the past few times we're talking about like jinns, but I'm glad you clarified that for me tonight, and because I've been supporting your theory for a long time.
I'm not running away from it. I never will run away from it.
It's gonna pan out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run away from it, bro. Don't ever think it's like that. I'm not running away.
Don't do it. Don't do
it. They can't talk me off this wall. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it's gonna be. I already know what it's gonna be. I'm really confident in it. And when it happens, I'll be here. Yeah. You know what I mean? So don't let them. Don't let these people. And I'm telling you, they keep trying to throw this magic shit in your face season after season. And when they do the switch at the end, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I didn't see it. And you're gonna know. Niggas said, I've been telling you this from the beginning.
Hey, the answers to the end is in the beginning. Remember, Father Kotri in the beginning, Cosmo spaceship, there's a lot of things in the beginning that can point towards what you're talking about. So, man, I appreciate it, man. I supported your theory the entire time, and we'll keep doing that, man, because I think that's truly what it is, you know?
That's what it is. I appreciate it.
My man. Take care, guys. Talk to you guys soon.
You too, John. Good call, man.
Yeah, people, again, magic is just science that's unexplained.
Yeah.
That's all you got to know.
Okay, here we go. I'm so sorry, 909. I put the wrong number in the chat, but welcome to the show, 909.
It's okay. Hi, this is EJ from Atlanta.
What's going on,
you?
EJ?
Good. I was calling. I have something that I observed, and I think it's something that it just kind of came to my head when I was looking at the last episode 9. I watched it twice, and I don't know. It could be really far-fetched what I'm going to say, but what I thought about was I noticed that Victor was in the cellar, and I kind of said to myself, why is he in there? And I didn't understand the reason for him being there. And then it dawned on me, is he there to check on the dead body?
Oh, the dead body that
was there
was in the room that Fatima's in.
Right. Like, because remember that maybe the body has been moved. Did he go there to check on the dead body? And my thought was, is it possible that the dead body is Victor?
Explain further, please.
So you think that Victor was down there to
my
check
theory is Victor did not survive all that time by himself, and he's what they are. So he's not a monster, but he's what the boy in white is. And that is why he can go in and out of the tunnels without anybody really bothering him. I've never seen him eat. He doesn't go to the diner. He doesn't have any pancakes. He talked about magical peaches that we never saw. And so I said, is it possible that Victor's really not alive and he's just a hologram type of concept like the boy in white is?
How it would be, there are holograms that you can talk. We talked about that before. You can touch in technology that they can pull that off. I do like the fact. I do like the theory that's saying that, you know, Victor didn't survive there and somehow he's dead, but he's there at the same time. Could be a situation like that. I have to give it some more thought. You sprang it on me.
Think about it.
All of a sudden.
Think about it. And think about who's seen him, right? I want you to think about who's been able to really see Victor. If you think about who's seen Victor, it's everybody that has seen other things. These are the people who have been able to see Ankui children. These are the people that have been able to see, you know, like they can go through the tree, like, or hear something. The people that have a different, you know, skill set, those are the people I've seen Victor communicate with. But I haven't seen him communicate with anybody else. I've never seen him talk to Kenny or Chrissy or those people, right?
Things out the window. I guess he
did talk to Kenny this episode.
Yeah.
He did talk to Kenny in this episode.
When he was like freaking out and throwing stuff, and Kenny and Acosta were trying to stop him.
You talking about that scene? Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that, right? But let's say that there's special instances, because how is it possible that he survived, right? Like, it's hard to believe that he lived that length of time, right? And how come he can go in and out the tunnels?
I think they just allow him. It's like he's like their pet or something. Like it's like, oh, that's cute.
The tunnel thing is the most interesting of it, especially when they say,
keep coming down.
If you keep coming down here, we're gonna have to keep you.
Yeah. I mean, they do kill children. It's not like, oh, he's a kid, we're just gonna keep him. They killed a kid in the first episode, so it's not that they don't kill kids. That's all they do in the beginning, probably. So that is curious why they would let him. Why is he special to them?
Yeah, what makes him so special? And then my second thing and last thing is, they always say little things in the dialogue that are never an accident. So I noticed that Jade said, oh, if I ever met my dad, right? So here's what I thought. I thought when Jade plays the violin, they summons this other man in yellow who is someone we haven't seen yet. and we find out that the man in yellow is running the show and is also Jade's father.
I do think that, or I picked up on that as well as a lot of people did, but like I definitely think one way or another Jade's father is coming back, and it, you know, if Jade's father ends up being the man in the yellow hat, that would be interesting. I could see a way of making that cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think his father's definitely coming back. If his father's the man in yellow, we shall find out if it's the man in yellow. Quite possibly. We got to find out this who the man. Why is everyone so focused on the man in yellow? I think they should be focused on the man in the white picture with the bird lips.
Who is that?
You know, in the picture, if you look at the beginning of the show, and they when they play the Que Sera Sera, they show a picture of like the boy in white, but he's a grown man and he has bird lips, and that's in the beginning of the show. And they showed that picture. Tabitha found that picture in that basement. So the fact that they put that in the theme of the show and put that picture in there means that picture has to be more important than this person in yellow that everyone keeps talking about.
But who is he then? What's your theory on who that man is?
I think it's Victor. I think Victor's the boy in white.
So Victor, so that would mean possibly that Victor is not alive, correct? Because it can. I mean, is the boy in white technically alive?
I don't. It's hard. I mean, I can't give a distinctive ad, but there's a good chance he exists in both worlds at some point.
I think he's
because he seems to disappear. He seems to have the power of the faraway tree without going into the tree itself.
But again, I want to go back to, if Victor had cut down that tree, does that kill the boy in white? Is that why he stopped him? Why else would he stop him if that doesn't cause him harm somehow? Like what would have actually happened if Victor successfully chopped down the tree? How would that have fucked with the boy in white shit? Because it obviously that finally made him talk to Victor for the first time in God knows how long. That made him finally show up. And Tony, you and I were joking about that, but like if he just kept chopping, what's the dude do? Like Victor really wanted to keep talking to him, just go back to chopping. He'll come right back. Or like does he stop Victor? Does he kill him? Like what happens?
Well, if the boy in white is technically Victor, then nothing would happen necessarily. Maybe if, let's say that the theory is correct that Victor is the boy in white, maybe that is his, like, let's say he has split personalities, right? And that's the personality that keeps him in line to not do things to destroy the portal. Maybe that's the only, between the, the tower and the faraway tree, maybe those are the only two portals that are in that town that they use also.
But you don't think he tried to kill himself? Like, if future me was fucking with me, I'd try to kill future me. The Flash did it.
But he's already dead, I think. Like I said, I think he's an entity
fair. No, I hear what
like the rest of them. He's dead already, I think.
Okay. I get it.
So just something to think about. Maybe it was not anything that made sense, but I just wanted to throw out something that just kind of dawned on me. What if he's not even alive this whole entire time?
That's the fun of this show. What makes sense?
That'd be great if it was some Sixth Sense situation with Victor.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know. But thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for the call.
Oh, interesting call. Very interesting thought.
And what up to Glue Guns and Roses is in the building rocking with us. We got, again, over 370 people here rocking. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy, your lady, and your other boy out down there and everything else. We are all here. I know a couple of people are brand new here. Phil's brand new here. So let's take a look at the trailer one more time.
Once the baby is born, we all get to go home.
You need to decide right now who you are.
This place, it doesn't give, it takes.
Are you okay?
No, I don't think any of us are gonna be.
You said that you weren't going to let this place break you. This place is one.
I'm really excited for next episode. Just they know how to tease with these. I forgot what I felt exactly for the previous one and how I felt after watching the episode, but this one is like, wow, they got all the good clips out. I want to see them all expanded, obviously.
One thing I want to kind of put a little bit of attention to that I don't think we've talked about yet, but he's just not getting enough attention, I think, of what amazingness he's brought to the show. One small part in that trailer that points out to me is Henry taking some of his own advice or taking Jade's advice and just being there with Victor with whatever he's doing. And I think Henry as
It
the
looks
new
like
additions,
a grave site. That's
yeah,
what it
so
looks
something
like.
I'm probably seeing this is probably going to answer the Eloise thing finally, and next week we're going to see Eloise's grave. But it's Henry has been an awesome addition to the show. Nothing should happen to this man. Henry's great. He put Jim in his place in the way that the whole entire audience wanted to. He put Jade in his place in the way he needed to hear it, by framing his own perspective. Henry has been an excellent addition to the cast, into the crew, and I hope Henry the drunk, Norm of Cheers, like Norm of Jade's Cheers. I hope that dude is drinking in From Town for a long time to come. He's a good addition to the show.
Yeah, someone on my video said the theme song is how you. I forgot. It says the theme song is how you solved how to get out of here. It's not Kiss Sarah. It's Kiss Sarah.
So you got to kiss Sarah to get out of it. Is it like Sleeping Beauty or Snow White? Which one is?
I guess you got this. Is Kiss Sarah. It's the saying.
Okay, I offer myself for tribute. I'll kiss Sarah.
There you go.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I mean, Toby did it. It didn't work for him.
I'll do it.
You know, but we'll put Phil up there to do it and everything.
I'll put myself up for sacrifice.
I'm more like Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. When Miss Piggy goes to Kermit the Frog, and she goes, "If I kiss you, will you turn into a prince?" And Kermit goes, "No, that's my cousin. You gotta suck my dick."
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. You gotta suck my dick to turn me to a prince, goddammit. That's the only way I'm turning.
Well, I guess he's still a frog, so no takers there.
I guess it is easy being green in that situation. Oh, wow.
Goddamn Kermit's crazy. Kermit's
it ain't easy being green.
You don't get off that easy, goddammit.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get off that easy.
He's calling you up right now, Tony.
Oh my god. It's right there.
Why are there so many songs about pornographic than this?
Well, listen, Kermit. Hey, I'm sorry I exposed you.
I'm sorry.
You said it, goddamn.
Sorry, Tony. I can't really.
Jen Hacks, thank you for super chat. Says, I hope Elgin dies next episode, eaten by a baby or Jen. I am over the baby. Bring a dingo in. Bring the dingo in. That dingo got my baby. That dingo got my baby.
In this case, the dingo, the baby's gonna get the dingo.
Yeah.
Or Elgin or somebody.
Hey, shit.
Gonna be hungry.
100%. What up to Michelle Miller? Thank you for coming through and rocking with all of us. We got the phone line open here for a little bit. The Don's got to go soon. We're over the 2-hour mark. We'll go for like 10 more minutes. Take a couple more calls and then we'll call it a night. And I'm trying to plan a big mega stream for Saturday. It would be a huge stream. I'm talking probably the biggest in From history. Talking about 12 hours.
Oh my gosh. One of the good ones from back then. Oh.
But I have a plan to do it. So it won't be that. It won't be just 12 hours of straight talking. I have a plan. I just got to get other people to be on board with it to make it actually work. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You got a call, Phil?
Yep. Area code 845. Welcome to the show.
Hi. I actually had a theory about the Ankui kids.
Who we talking to?
I think that since the From is a cycle and it's consistently repeating and there's reincarnates, I think that Randall, Julia, and Meryl are the first 3 of the 7 reincarnated Ankui kids. I think that they're going to be tested, and Boyd and the town are going to have to figure out, are we going to sacrifice them or not? I think Miranda's Tabitha. I think Sarah might be Eloise. Jim is definitely going to die and sacrifice himself, and we've seen that before. But yeah, I definitely think that they need to repeat the cycle with the new version of Ankui kids. And if that's the case,
who are you talking to?
Victor, I think.
I'm not sure. 1 second. What's your name, caller?
Jen.
Jen, welcome, Jen.
Oh, is this Jen Hack? No, it's not Jen Hack. Jen Hack is from Australia.
No, I'm different, Jen. I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx.
All right. So, Jen, you have said a lot of things that the Don Tony Teflon has said. So I agree with you. I agree a lot with everything you're saying. You have a good mind there, and good minds think alike. So yeah, I agree with a lot of stuff you're saying. I do believe 100% that Sarah is Eloise. 100% believe that Tabitha is Miranda. That's a done deal to me. I don't even think it's even a question.
I'm agreeing with you. I think it's the same thing. I think it's the same exact thing. The only thing I think Jim's going to die, but I think Jim's going to come back as one of the guys that are always drinking like the blood. I think that's what I'll see him because he just kind of got that redemption, but he's like borderline probably would have sacrificed his kids was just like the original love, parents or whatever it was back in whenever that first cycle was. I also think though, if you think like of all the Nordic mythology that's involved in it, so there's always someone they left to survive, to tell the story. I think the boy in white is from the previous cycle before Victor. I think Victor is the boy in white for this cycle, and I think Ethan is going to become the boy in white. I think Ethan's going to have that survival moment where he walks out and everybody else is dead at some point, if that's where it goes. I think he will be the new boy in white is Ethan. I think that's what his specialty is. I think Acosta, I'm not sure what it is because I know her name's like a real mystery, and that like kind of makes me think if I'm wrong with the Sarah thing, which I don't think I am, she might be Eloise. But even more important, Elgin, have you guys noticed on his shirt, he's got that raven surrounded with a red box and then surrounded with like another yellow drippy box. I'm like, that looks like Raven's the trickster or the messenger for Odin. I'm like, that right there is Elgin in this moment because he's tricking Fatima. The red is the blood that's going to be spilt when she gives birth, and the yellow is the bile that came out of Miss Smiley's body. And his shirt is green, like a dark green, like the forest. So it's like his shirt resembles everything that's going to leak out onto like that green shirt, the green canvas, like the from the land. So in my opinion, the baby's definitely Mr. Smiley baby.
You think what happened? Say it again, the last part.
I said, so I think because of everything that's represented on Elgin's shirt, between the crow, the raven, the red box that's around it is kind of like the blood that'll be spilt when Fatima or even for a massacre. And the yellow around it that's drippy on the bottom of the shirt is the yellow bile that came out of Smiley. Therefore, and it's all leaking onto his green shirt, and the green is like the Frumville land. So the colors that's represented and the way it's symbolized on his shirt, I think represents what's going to happen at the end of this episode. I think Fatima's going to give birth to a new baby Smiley, and that's why there's that yellow, like the bile that came out of his corpse back from season whatever 2.
You think she's going to give birth to a monster or a smile monster? Exactly. What are you saying?
I think she's giving her baby is Mr. Smiley, the new Smiley. I for sure, hands down, it's definitely got to be the Smiley monster. I think they're bringing him back. I think there always has to be balance, night and day, good and evil. There's that hope versus the fear of despair.
Oh, she hung up?
No.
Oh, you hung her up?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I would say that what people say is that a leak? I don't know.
I mean, people talked about it here, and like as in chats, thinking that it may be it. I mean, smiling, with Smiley being back and stuff like that, right? I think, but that would be kind of weird that they would just bring him back. Oh, does it even make sense for them to be? Why are they coming back? Like, why do they have to? Do the monsters have to remain the way they are, and they have to come back? Like, is there a certain number of monsters?
That was weird. Who was that caller? Phil, you remember that caller's name, that number?
I don't remember the number, but I remember it was Jen.
Jen from the Bronx. Yeah. Jen from the Bronx.
No, I don't know what happened. It got disconnected.
So yeah, I think I don't know why would it have to come back? Why? Is it revenge for the town? I don't get that. If they're going with something like that, if they would go with that, what number of monsters? It has to remain the same.
I'm gonna listen to that voice again and see if that. Let me see if that was someone doing that. Someone who has a YouTube channel calling under an assumed name. saying that there's somebody else and putting spoilers up in here, they're gonna get put on blast. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna clip this voice right here, and we're gonna check it against somebody. We're gonna check it against somebody else and see if that's the case. Because that seemed a little crazy, a little crazy to me. It seemed like someone could have been trying to hate on my channel real quick. I'm gonna find out if that's the case. For real. We'll see. We'll deal with them. But I hope that I don't even want to address that because it sounds stupid in all honesty. So I ain't even gonna address it. I can't see them doing nothing crazy like that. Now that would be crazy and stuff like that. That's yuck. Yeah. That person was very slick. They set on my theories to try to weasel their way in, Phil. You see how they did that?
Yeah.
They came on and said all my theories and stuff and then tried to sneak that thing in there like that. But the whole shirt thing was very well thought out. I mean, the colors on the shirt and this, that, and the other, and all that other stuff was very well thought out. So I don't know.
The one thing I'm trying to, everyone keeps mentioning the man in yellow. Am I just an idiot? Where does it come from? Am I just misremembering when the man in yellow popped up? Has he been in a scene yet?
No, he's just in the picture in the basement.
Drawing.
Okay, he's just in a picture.
That's it. He's just there, just next to the other guy, and all of a sudden everyone got fixated on him because he's wearing yellow. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that's odd. It is an odd color.
And everything else. I don't know. People asking me, have I seen the leaks? I have not seen. I don't go on Reddit, so I have not seen the leaks. I will say that only thing I have seen is a picture. I've seen one picture. Someone sent the picture to me and spoiled me with a picture. So I did see one picture, but I will not discuss what that picture was or anything like that. But I have not seen any leaks, but I have seen one picture that was there for a screenshot of a picture. And that was it. So I will not say anything more what that picture was, but that's all I've seen. I have not read any leaks or anything like that. That's all I've seen was one picture. And so I wish I'd never seen that picture or anything, but that's what I've seen, and that's all. Yeah, I'm wondering if that last caller was a YouTuber. Sounded like a YouTuber from the Bronx.
So he's good at investigating. So
yeah, we gotta investigate and figure out what's going on. See if they're trying to do something crazy here and everything else. That is what it is. Jen Hack will take this and then we're out of here. As a friend said, monsters run because they were pre-talisman monsters. But before Boy got the talismans, they did not used to scream and run. Yeah, they changed up their style after a while and everything else. And that definitely was a situation like that. Maybe they'll go back to running when things get tight or anything else like that. We'll see. In the end, we'll see what goes on. Again, I'll be working on something for Saturday. We'll probably get it popping. I'll let y'all know later in the week. I'll be back before the week is up. To see if everything else is like that, and see if anything else is going on. Again, subscribe to that girl PM's channel if you can. Help her out. Elamar is, her channel's there, but she's not putting anything on it. Phil's channel. Subscribe. You should already be subscribed to Phil's. If not, make sure you do subscribe to Phil. We are on the road to 100,000, and I do believe that we will get there. Probably by next week we'll be there. I think at the end, last episode, we'll hit there. Won't be able to hit it before, but I think we'll hit it on the last episode. Hopefully, we are a little bit over 1,000, right? That's it, like 1,300 away from it. Getting there, and we're gonna get there. You know what I mean? And everything else. Thanks for everybody who's came up in here rocking with us. Thanks for everyone who's respected other people in the chat by not trying to put spoilers or anything out there. And respect to everybody else and all that good stuff. Thank you for everyone who sent the super chat. We truly appreciate that. And thanks for anyone who just comes and keeps on rocking with us, man. We'll be here again. We'll be here Sunday no matter what. We're going to see what we do about Saturday's mega stream. We're going to see you on that. We'll see you Sunday. And we'll see you again after for the final theory streams. Well, it won't be the final of the season. We'll do that again next Wednesday. All right, if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace.